Live on Sports Sound at BBC Radio Scotland with Alan Preston, Willie Miller and Paul Mitchell.
Thank you, Richard. I'm glad you went through all those statistics rather than me. It does not make for pretty reading in terms of St Johnstone. 23 goals in the last 22 away matches not scored away from home this season, yet conversely they're the only team to have taken a point off Celtic. So sometimes football, you're just never quite sure what's going to happen. Aberdeen have made a couple of changes from the side that drew one apiece with HJK Helsinki. Barry Robeson really disappointed that they didn't find their way to get a winner in the end. Hayes and Barron come in for Clarkson and McKenzie. For St Johnstone, Liam Gordon had his red card overturned for the red against Livingston, so he's able to play. No Daniel Phillips, that's a loss. The Welsh Matt slots into the side. I'll run you through the 11s once we get underway. St Johnstone have come in their change kit. It's all white with trim of blue and yellow coming across the left-hand shoulder. Looks very smart. Aberdeen all in red. The players, you can see one or two of them almost grimacing, wanting to get on with this. Bojan Majowski looks freezing.
Oh, it's a kit man's nightmare. Oh. St Johnstone who decided all white.
That's brilliant, isn't it? Take a little bit of washing perhaps by the end of it. Aberdeen going from left to right. We're underway. St Johnstone have kicked off. How to play it goes. Aberdeen gather. The ball gets played through. Gartherman sent long over the halfway line. Won by Considine. Down to Majowski. Majowski, the first player to get his jersey dirty. Landing on the ground. Ball back with Luke Robinson over the halfway line. Stretching at the chest was Jensen. On to Graham Shinnie. Shinnie trying to get away from Kucheravi. Does so. He's over the halfway line. Kucheravi with a sliding tackle. First sliding tackle of the afternoon. And now he clips the ball forward, left-footed, looking for Costello. Costello lays it back. Jeffcock tries to strike 22 yards out, lands in the stand, but tell you what, that was quick. Great play, Kucheravi, to set up, and that's what you want from your strikers. Costello laying the ball back.
That was brilliant. Really good play by them. Ball over the top. It seems to hang up in the wind. Lovely knocked down by the striker. And he goes onto it and he hits it just wide of the target. Decent start from St Johnstone.
McGrath sends it out wide for slip of the afternoon. Johnny Hayes on that far side just slips. He's trying to turn to come back inside to gather the ball. Belarus in goal. Garterman, Rubizic and Jensen are the back three. Devlin, Shinnie, Barron and Hayes. McGrath supporting Majowski and Duke. Long forward by Mitov, the goalkeeper. Breaks down into the defence. Sven Sprangler. The Austrian gathers. Kucheravi plays it out wide. Opportunity to get Trey Wright to pass it forward. Costello, the Irishman, down by the corner flag. Up against Jensen. Tries to move into the box. Jensen pokes the ball away. Comes back to Trey Wright. Great ball into the middle. Headed away up to the edge of the area. Here's a little chance for St Johnstone if they can get things moving through Matt Smith. Smith plays it out wide again. On to Trey Wright, look to go to the byline, up against Johnny Hayes, turn, twist, gets a little crossing by Jensen. Here could be a chance for St Johnstone, breaks for Carey. Carey then lays it back, and then the shot comes in from Luke Robinson, who's all the way up from the back. Shot blocked out of play, it goes. It's a throw in to St Johnstone, who Willie Miller started brightly.
It's an incredible positive start from the visitors, isn't it? Aberdeen really struggling to get any control of the ball. St Johnstone being extremely positive, playing with the two up top and Kucheravi just off them as well, and really dominating possession. It's very early in the game, but they have started extremely well.
Just giving the ball away there. Duke picks up, back to Johnny Hayes. Shinnie calling for it, edge over the centre circle, turns, gets away from Sprangler and returns it to Connor Barron. Low on the ground. Garterman gathers, comes down this right hand side. Majowski chases after that, but in vain. The ball goes out of play. It's going to be a throw in to St Johnstone. Alan, it's just what the visitors needed. A nice bright positive start.
Yeah, and I think if there is any doubt in the Aberdeen players that they're slightly tired, St Johnstone are going to have to play at a pace that Aberdeen will find it difficult. I agree with what Stevie McLean said. It was a home game for them. It was 3 days ago now, so I don't see it being a problem for Aberdeen. But if one or two have a doubt in their mind, you just never know.
Free kick against Aberdeen. Matt Smith goes down. I did like Steve McLean's line, tiredness is for the weak-minded. Just projecting what he feels as a player.
He also said that the players like to play games of football. There's nothing better, believe me, than having virtually no training during the week and playing games after games. I'm sorry, but that's how I feel about it as well. So I'm in the same wavelength.
Avatar Mitov from Montana, that's in Bulgaria. plays the ball away up towards the edge of the Aberdeen area across our left hand side. Little head flick on, return back Kucheravi, now headed away by Devlin, on to McGrath, round the corner it comes again, looking for Majowski. The ball is out of play, it's a throw in to St Johnstone. Beethoven goal, it's Gordon, Constantine, Robinson, Wright, Smith, Sprangler and Carey. Kucheravi behind Yefgot and Costello. Kucheravi trying to get on the ball right now, just lays it across. Aberdeen tried to gather, they do so, gets it on to Graham Shinnie. Shinnie pulls the ball back, gets it to move away quickly. Rubic back to his goalkeeper, Kelly Roos all in yellow. And now up and over the halfway line, Majowski tries to find it. Andrew Considine wins the header. Graham Shinnie, who was 4 for Aberdeen, returns the header. Rubic gets it over the halfway line, on to Devlin, under pressure by Carey, loses it to Smith. Smith quickly forward, nicely done. Jeffcott got it away, the Costello couldn't link. Again, Luke Jeffcott gets in there. Smith, lovely little ball round the corner, on to Graham Carey, takes a little deflection into the area. Fighting for it was Costello. Rubic has to send the ball away, it's gone behind, it's a corner kick. First of the match, first for the visitors.
Well, what I would say is, having watched St Johnstone a lot this season, they've been quite inventive for their set plays. I think Stephen McLean realises that we may not have a lot of the ball, we may not have a lot of chances, but when we get corners and free kicks, we need to come up with something different.
Get the opportunity to fling it in from the left-hand side. Kucheravi, 21-year-old, is going to ping this in with the left foot, so they swing it away from the goalkeeper. Aberdeen have got everybody back inside the penalty area, 0-0 so far. Kucheravi plays it in low, takes a bounce, comes all the way outside the other side of the area, picked up by Dre Wright. Right into the middle it goes, little slide by Barron to turn the ball wide onto Johnny Hayes outside the area. Up towards the halfway line it goes. Lou Robinson, simple little cushion header, does well, lays it off onto Matt Smith. Smith now tries to get up to the edge of the Aberdeen area. Just heads it the way he was pointing, and it's straight to Johnny Hayes. Hayes now up towards the halfway line. Robinson wins the header, comes off the side of the head, down onto Graham Carey. Rick Carey has made a mistake, he's run into Devlin. Devlin now moves it forward. Devlin inside, Majowski takes a touch, tries to get it back to Devlin, and then Robinson cleared it, but it came straight back to him, so he hit it off Carey. Aberdeen have gathered again. Garterman tries to get it forward, and it just of the goalkeeper. Almost worked for Aberdeen.
Almost did, yeah. It was a good play by Nicky Devlin, right up on top of Carey and winning possession back, and then, you know, try to link with McGrath to build something just in the edge of the box. But to be fair, St Johnstone had, you know, loads of bodies back there, plenty of white shirts, so there wasn't too much room to play the intricate pass. So good defending from them, but better from Aberdeen. But, you know, at the start of this game, it's all been about St Johnstone.
0-0 so far. Duke on the ball, a couple of goals in his career against St Johnstone. His partner, by the way, Bojan Majowski, has not scored against St Johnstone. The only other Scottish Premiership team he's faced and not scored against is Hearts. He'll get a chance in a couple of weeks to try and score his first against Dundee.
How long may that continue?
I thought you might like that one. Ball comes back onto Devlin, inside onto Shinnie. Shinnie rolls the ball back onto Rubic. It's a Gordon Barron, edge of the centre circle, lifts it out wide for Johnny Hayes. Hayes is away from Wright. Wright comes back across, steps in front of him, wins the ball, sends it down the side for Costello. Costello brings it down on that right hand side. Another pressure from 3 Aberdeen players, gets the ball away. Kucheravi now he should play it out wide to the left hand side where Graham Carey's advancing. First time into the middle, breaks back onto Costello, which tries to come out, but Aberdeen have got back very quickly through Conor Barron and gets the ball away. Terrific football from St Johnstone, linking up well.
I've got to say, it's a brilliant move, it really is. And if Costello has a better touch, he might get a shot at goal. Just gets away from him, but really good play. One end of the pitch to the other. Started off with Dre Wright at right back, ends up at outside left at Carey. He plays it in, and it's just a heavy touch, or Costello was getting a shot at goal there. Really good play by St Johnstone, but equally good covering back by Barron as well.
Second time I've seen St Johnstone this season. 8 minutes gone in this one. They've already played more football in this game than they did on opening day. Considine picks up, plays inside onto Gordon. Gordon back across. Robinson up at the halfway line, pushes it forward onto Matt Smith. Smith moves forward. Costello called for it, got it, but Barron was in there again. Just, well, he's here, there and everywhere at the moment. Conor Barron just break up these attacks. Now Devlin pushes it over the halfway line, 0-0. Duke wins a header. Majowski gathers down below. White boots moving, takes a little step inside. Shinnie was calling for it. He'll play it in behind him onto Jamie McGrath. Hayes is out wide, that's where it'll go, onto the left hand side. McGrath continued his run, but he was picked up well by Spangler. And now it comes back inside Spangler. The Austrian playing his third game for St Johnstone. He's been out for a while. Now is the opportunity. Garterman into Shinnie. Shinnie goes down. And Sven Spangler is recovering from a bad ankle knock. That's why he dropped down in Austrian terms. Signed by St Johnstone. Just got caught there, took his man down.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt it was a free kick. Doing well, and the challenge coming in. He's taking the ball away from the midfield player Spangler, and the contact is made. And I think it's on for the strike, though, isn't it? I mean, you're talking, particularly in these conditions. I think what you want to do is try to get the goalkeeper tested, maybe trying to allow it to come off the surface. There's 3 round about it, 2 now, the 2 strikers, and Duke and Majowski. Duke kind of hits it very strangely indeed, but looks as though Majowski, no, it's going to be Duke.
It's going to be Duke. He does get it on target. The goalkeeper does exactly what Willie thought might happen, just comes into the body, bounces out, but he was quick enough, Alan, just to get it at the second attempt. Conor Barron rushing in. Yeah,
well, he's right, hit it early if you can get it on the ground, but Duke elected, it is a strange, funny run he has, Willie, there. And does he hit it with the instep of his boot, but it goes straight down the throat of Mitkoff, but he manages to, at the second attempt, pick it up.
Yeah, it's a kind of a straight run at it, isn't it? I think there is a name for it. Somebody did mention it at one time, but it eludes me just now for that type of strike. But it's a strange kind of a run up he has, but it's pretty effective.
Majowski brought the ball under control brilliantly for the keeper, into McGrath up at the edge of the area. Low ball in, slid away. And to be in there, Liam Gordon, real danger there, now turned away by Carey. Devlin tries to gather ahead of Costello. Good battle between the two. Costello wins it. Kucheravi gathers, rolls the ball back onto Graham Carey, and Carey opens it up onto that right hand side. Trey Wright stabs the ball back inside. Forward it goes. Spangler up towards the edge of the area. Jeffcock can't get there. Break back onto McGrath. 0-0 so far. Horrible wet afternoon in Aberdeen, as it is, to be fair, across most of the country. Now Duke tries to chase down by the corner flag. Does well. Duke does that. It's almost his signature move. If he thinks his ball's going to run out, he'll try and flick it in behind and bounce it off the defender. Andrew Considine, the victim there. And it's going to be a throw in to Aberdeen down by the corner flag. Garterman will go down to take it. Referee David Munro just checking he's going to go and take it from the right position. A wipe of the ball. Aberdeen. Ruzic is up there. Duke, Majowski standing just past the penalty spot. St Johnstone, 10 players back inside their own area. Garterman goes for the short one, plays it into Conor Barron. Jeffcock with him. Barron with a little back heel onto it. Garterman loses out to Carey, and then the ball gets played away. So for all the build-up players in the box, it didn't happen. Trey Wright loses out onto Jensen. Jensen then overhits Hayes, knocks it out of play. Continuing to be impressive from St Johnstone. 0-0, 12 minutes.
Yeah, it has been. I think they're defending well. I think Carey's got a little issue here, Paul, just in front of us. He's going down on one knee. Hopefully he's all right. Because in the attacking third, he's got great quality on his left foot. He'll be hoping he can recover. He seems to be fine now.
Skip step and just pulled the knee up just to check that he was okay. Waito drills it over the halfway line. That might be a little bit long, and it was well left by Garterman. Decided just to leave that and let it run and get the throw back into Roos.
I think we are starting to see signs of St Johnstone, as Stevie McLean touched on in his interview, getting better. I would agree with you, Paul. Having seen them a lot, it's been a really positive, really bright start from them.
It's interesting, Alan. Normally at the end of the season you check how many players a club have used, and usually 28, 29, 30. St Johnstone 31 already this season. And as the ball gets played in, brought in so many players in August, just trying to find the right recipe. As the ball comes onto the near side, Garterman slides. Smith gets in there. Ball though given away. Jeff got caught by Barron. Referee will give that as a free kick. Conor Barron, not sure if he realises it was the referee that gave that, not the fourth official. He gives the ball to Duncan Williams on the sidelines, taking collective responsibility for the decisions being made. And St Johnstone have a free kick.
I think any ref will do when you're angry, isn't it?
Any port in a storm, eh?
Absolutely.
Here's the opportunity for Graham Carey to get this forward.
Slide it down the side of the fullback. No.
For the angle ball up to the edge of the area, the header back inside and pushed away. And again, Jensen forced back into the 6-yard box, had to clear it. Costello First time I've seen Danny Costello, 20-year-old from Limerick, Republic of Ireland, under 21 international. Certainly looks lively in and around the area. So the throw will come from that far side. St Johnstone Aberdeen 0-0. Earlier on today, St Mirren 0, Rangers 3. At the action in the Scottish Premiership. Moving forward, Carey does a little hop, then decides to step back on the inside. Gordon is there. Gordon centre circle, now pulls it into the middle. Pushed back by Smith. And there's the opportunity for a little ball played back again onto Robinson. Carey just getting the passes up. And then Carey says, I want you to make the run, so the defender does so. Robinson, nice little ball back inside. Jeff Gott was the target. Now back to Carey. Carey long on the angle. Hayes wins the header, forces it outside the area. Costello's dropped, wins it, goes down at the edge of the box. No free kick, correct call by the referee. Pushed away by Slobodan Ruzic. Up to the halfway line it goes. And again, it continues to be St Johnstone making the early running here at Pittodrie. BBC Radio Scotland Sports Town, very treat. Sunday afternoon here. Sprangler looks up, does a little pirouette, touches the ball back out wide. Gordon hooks it down the right hand side. Hayes clips it back inside, almost found Costello. Interesting defending. Not quite the connection he was looking for, will it?
No, it wasn't. But St Johnstone are enjoying themselves out there, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
You know what, a little bit like Ross County were enjoying themselves as well in the first half, the game at Pittodrie too. Aberdeen seemed quite content to allow them to have the ball, to have possession, but I'm sure that Barry Robson won't be too pleased with the lack of control that they've had in the game, the lack of build-up. Whenever the central defenders get it, it seems to be just a long ball up again. They need to be a little bit more composed, try to build it up a little bit more, but for that to happen you need midfield players to be looking for the ball as well.
Considine wins the header, comes down to McGrath though. Majowski round the corner to Duke. Duke tries to get it back onto McGrath. It's well won and taken away. And already Sprangler and Smith look pretty decent in that midfield area. Now it's sent long, too long by St Johnstone, and Ruzic will take a touch. Thought about going back to his goalkeeper, will play it out wide to the right hand side. Garterman takes a little touch, the own loan Danish defender trying to get away from Luke Jeffcott. Jeffcott trying to stick to him, the ball wasn't run out of play, and Aberdeen all the way back to their goalkeeper. Out wide on that far side, Jensen inside onto Conor Barron. Conor Barron now turned to be creative, sends it long, too long for Nicky Devlin. Well, he's been doing all the little bits to spoiling the intercept, and that time really a chance to get a little bit of creativity, but just overcooked it.
Yeah, I think, when you're trying to get yourself back into the game, it's more the simple pass you want. You actually want to be able to keep possession for a sustained period, and to try that type of cross-field pass, it was always going to be a difficult one to execute. And Conor Barron just again giving the ball away to St Johnstone when really they need to keep control of the game, because they haven't had that so far.
Devlin loses out, the ball breaks back onto Graham Carey, scoops, plays it forward over the halfway line. Header won by Ruzic, and pull the ball back out to the left hand side onto Johnny Hayes. Bit of a gap between him and Duke, so he's going to hold on to the ball and then just flick it out to Duke, who'd taken up a better position wide on the left hand side inside his opponent's half. Now back onto Johnny Hayes. No goals in the opening 17 minutes here at Pittodrie. Certainly no lack of action. St Johnstone have started very brightly. Aberdeen coming forward left to right. Been goals in the last 8 meetings. Not many, to be fair, but there have been goals in the last 8 meetings. As the ball comes back into number 8, Conor Barron. Barron onto Shinnie. Shinnie lays the ball back to McGrath. Just stumbled over the ball. Allows St Johnstone to clear, but Costello loses out. McGrath loses out for a second time. Kucherabi over the halfway line, being pursued by Conor Barron. Barrett caught him, so he has to turn and play the ball back. Wasn't a foul, he just managed to get his foot in there. Now it's played forward. Jeffcott goes down, tries to flick the ball around the corner to Costello. And now Aberdeen do get hold of the ball, moving forward. Majowski's on the inside. Gartman played it to Duke. Duke tried to flick it out wide. It's an easy one for Dre Wright to gather. First rumblings from the stands of unhappiness. 18 minutes played. St Johnstone continue to impress and continue to press. Carey over the halfway line, gets away from Duke. You'd have thought Duke could be better in water, but that's just another story as the ball gets played forward. On that left hand side, over it goes on to Johnny Hayes. Hayes just sends it high in there. Sorry, that's terrible.
I'm not having that ball.
Like a Duke to water. No, I'm not going there.
No.
I wouldn't say that as the ball gets played forward. comes down to Graham Shinnie. The free kick is awarded either for the foul or for bad commentary. I'm not sure which.
I don't know. I've got tears in my eyes. I can't see the game. I need to get my shape back here. You need to give me a moment or two after that.
Sorry, that was bad.
It was terrible. Volley is actually finds it funny.
Find your market, that's what I find.
Exactly.
Find your market.
Know your audience.
Yeah,
Paul.
exactly.
Sometimes it's that bad that it can be funny, and
Yeah.
you know, that was on that occasion that was bad. Yeah. Who's that down though, Paul? We better start talking about the game again.
Rubezic is down at the moment. He's lying on his stomach. He's just getting a little bit of treatment, turning over now, and they're setting him up gently.
And it gives both managers a bit of time. The players can come over and get a drink, and some instructions from both managers. I'm sure Stevie McLean, keep going, keep doing as we're doing, getting the ball down. What I've been surprised at, Willie, is the amount of long balls that Aberdeen are playing. You know, they're not really playing through the thirds as much. There's a few diagonals have been overhit. Barron's at a couple. I'm just thinking, you know, they're not playing as much as you'd like to see them play.
No, they should get more control in the midfield. In certain games, the Hearts game as well, they played an awful lot of long balls. And you know, who are they playing them to as well? Because you know, probably out the two strikers, Duke is probably the better in there. Majowski's okay, but he's not going to win the majority of the balls. It's not as if they're playing it in behind to try and get one of the two strikers onto it. Nah, it's disappointing. They've got to get more control of the ball, play it through midfield. But then, as I said earlier, the midfield have got to show for it. They've got to want to get the ball, and I don't see that at this moment in time. So it's not been a good start for the home side. It's been very patchy indeed. But on the other hand, St Johnstone, yeah, absolutely, very, very positive start from them. They look like a team that have been playing for a long time together.
Yeah, it's going amazing. From the last meeting, which was in April, won by Aberdeen 1-0. Maybe Matthews were on goal. Aberdeen, 5 of the 11 that started that day start today. For St Johnstone, just 3 of the 11 that started back in April start here at Fitzrodrick this afternoon. 0-0, we're back underway, 21 minutes gone. Graham Carey sends it long on the angle onto that far side. Kucheravi gets the little head flick on to the right. First time ball into
Great
the middle.
ball.
Takes a bounce just inside the 6-yard box and comes out. Striker's just a little bit behind it.
It's a brilliant ball in from Dre Wright. He runs on it first time, whips it in, and it lands in the 6-yard box. You think that's what I was saying about strikers need to get in the box.
Majowski and Duke work a 1-2 up at the edge of the area, tries to return it back, but Considine, who'd been caught out initially, tracked back, won it, pushed the ball away. Graham Carey has it, little ball on the inside, round the corner, it comes off Smith, and Smith knocks it forward off McGrath. It goes out of play, throw in to St Johnstone just down below us. St Johnstone 3 points in the first 7 games, draws against Celtic, Dundee, where they came from 2-0 down, and against Livingston. And they've left that for Luke Robinson, 21-year-old Scotland under-19 player. Started his career at Wigan, and he's gathered the ball. Takes a little step over, fools Majowski, and then clears the ball up towards the halfway line on the left-hand side. Break of the ball almost falls the way of Aberdeen. It does so nicely inside Gartman, and then clumsy challenge by Dara Costello. He might be lucky not to see yellow here. Aberdeen were away.
I think he'd be very lucky not to see yellow, because you know, it's a deliberate intent to, you know, pull his opponent to the ground, and the referee's just having a word. I think everybody in the stadium, including ourselves up here, are surprised that wasn't a yellow card.
That's a yellow all day. Well, I'm sure Aberdeen will be disappointed in that, because you've seen them given for a lot less in the game.
I think Dara Costello was expecting the yellow. Didn't come. Conor Barron, free kick into the box, the head flick up and over Majowski, and the offside flag was up. It wouldn't have counted anyway, so Aberdeen, who are pretty decent from set plays, getting caught offside there, and it remains midway through the first half. Aberdeen 0, St Johnstone 0.
Yeah, I think Majowski just went too quick. Rubezic was behind him as well. I think that would have been the better option, because he went early for the ball, and as it was curled in towards him, it was almost behind him. He had to try and, you know, manoeuvre his head to make something of that. But as you said, it was offside anyway. I think it was a decent delivery, but I still think they'll miss Clarkson's delivery, because his deliveries from set pieces are always top notch.
Majowski for Aberdeen on the halfway line, loses out. Carey has it. Carey spins, turns, plays it inside, centre circle. of the St Johnstone, and now the Aberdeen half taken in by Wright. Wright gets it forward, there's no way through for Kucheravi. Barron appears again. Well, he was the spark against Helsinki, and he's been lively today. No goals scored yet. Oh, Majowski, little head flick on, taken down by McGrath. Better from him, clicks it out wide, looking for Devlin. Devlin being tracked back by Robinson. I thought he went down too easily. I think he anticipated the contact. The ball's run behind, and it's a goal kick.
It's not a free kick.
No,
I mean,
nowhere near it.
I mean, there's no issue with Devlin staying on his feet in that occasion. You know, he could easily have done it. I think he's thinking he's running down, running out of space. There is a little touch. There's a little touch on the back, but nothing forceful that's going to make anyone, particularly a strong defender like Devlin, go down like that. So I thought the referee got it right.
Edson knocks the ball down, but it's picked up well by Dre Wright. Midway inside his opponent's half, slides it down to the edge of the area. Costello picks up, back onto Wright. Wright gathers up near the edge of the box, flicks it inside. Here's the opportunity for Matt Smith, but he's right-footed play, wanted to come back on the inside. Now the turn, the shot by Graham Carey is left-footed, but he scoops it high up and over. Belarus wants the ball back very quickly from the ball squad, doesn't get it moving quickly. I'll tell you what, if Matt Smith had felt confident on his left, he would have pulled the trigger.
Yeah, I think he should have. It's coming across him. It's lovely play again by St Johnstone. Worked it down the right into Costello, into Dre Wright. He plays the pass to the outside of the foot to Smith, and it runs across his body, setting up lovely for a left foot strike. Your legs to cut back onto his right, and the chance is gone.
I think you just have a go at that.
Yeah,
Do you not?
swing your leg
Even if you're not confident on that side, you've got to. It's set up perfectly. You're only in these conditions. You're only just outside the box as well. You know, it was an opportunity, but it was wasted because he wanted to get it back onto his right foot and just going into trouble.
Andrew Considine inside his own half. It's the ball out wide, taken down. St Johnstone has run out of play, but it's just a little bit careless on that occasion by Robinson, who extends his hands as a way of apology, but he was right on the line. Harry Robson clips it up with the left foot, and Gatherman tries to gather, but he's gone too far according to David Munro. Has to take a little step back. Ball into McGrath. Gatherman hooks it high in there. Majowski watches as Duke went down. Yeah, you could look at Majowski having a look behind him as Considine got the header away, but Duke seemed to go down pretty easily. I'll get Alan's thoughts in a moment as the ball goes out of play.
Honestly, ridiculous. And Willie's laughing because you see it all the time, Willie. That's a nonsense. Considine, the ball's up in there, Andrew just steps in front of him and Duke goes down.
Yeah, he goes down rather easy, and he's got a bit of a history of doing that. We would like to see that going out of his game.
Willie, I watched it on Thursday night. I bumped my telly and he fell over.
Ball gets ready to be played forward by Dimitar Mito, 26-year-old St Johnstone goalkeeper. Giving a clean sheet so far as the ball's gone right through the middle. Costello tried to bring it down, he's done so inside the area. Pulls the ball past Kucheravi. Kucheravi does well to beat Shinnie. Now he's up at the edge of the area, pulls it out wide. Costello has almost hit that too long. It might break for Carey, and Carey on the volley. It has stayed in the stadium, I'll give him that, but not his finest hour. Credit to Graham Carey to get in the position, but he just couldn't get over the ball.
No, but again, good play by St Johnstone on the right hand side. They win the ball. It comes to Costello, he plays it to the back post, and in comes Carey at the back. I don't think Aberdeen have started yet, Willie. You know, they're
they haven't.
For what I've seen in recent weeks, they're a lot better than this.
They are, but you know, I think they've got to try to get a grip in midfield. I think the other thing is that St Johnstone are playing so well too. They're moving the ball about extremely well. They seem to have a really good understanding. Everyone's shown for the ball as well. Wing backs doing what they need to do. Midfield, you know, constantly shown for it too. And their passing has been great. And they haven't been playing many long balls. Aberdeen, on the other hand, have been playing the long balls and constantly giving possession away.
Graham Shinnie gathers on that far side.
I think it's Stevie McLean every time you see him. It's we need to get the first goal. And it's all right playing well, they need to score when they've got on top. You know, they're not doing that. Aberdeen not playing particularly well, but you never know, they could go and score a goal in the next few minutes. You just never know. St Johnstone are on top, but need to press home that advantage.
A free kick, Graham Shinnie going in on Costello. They've scored the opening goal just once in 7 matches in the Scottish Premiership this season. St Johnstone, that came against Livingston last time out. That ended 1 apiece. But they will get a chance to get a free kick and play this forward. Graham Carey just trots over. Now, good spells with St Mirren and Ross County, and then a couple of hundred games with Plymouth. A well-travelled, experienced player, Graham Carey. Now appearance number 46 for St Johnstone. He stands over the ball, centre circle. Only player close to him, Luke Robinson. And now it gets sent forward by Carey, immediately returned away by Jensen. And the play it goes, just didn't get the delivery that he was looking for on that occasion. And it's going to be a throw in to St Johnstone. 29 minutes gone, 0-0 between these sides. And it's going to be the throw in on the far side. It's in front of his own fans who are sitting well on the back of the stand as the ball gets clipped forward. Jeffcott tried together. Kucheravi brings it down. Good play on that right hand side. He's under pressure from Shinnie though, and Shinnie knocks it off him. And it's going to be a throw for Aberdeen. And Barry Robson stands contemplating life from the sidelines at the moment. Won't be overly happy with what he's seeing so far. Unbeaten in the last 4, outscoring teams 10-3. But at the moment, not doing too much. Throwing up towards the halfway line. Liam Gordon wins the header. Jeffcott will gather. Baron Robson picks up and plays the ball out wide. Garterman sends it long. Hopeful ball over the halfway line. Simply gets headed back to him. He heads it back once more. Smith sends it over the halfway line. McGrath brings it down on the chest. Short onto Devlin. Devlin hits off Matt Smith and it goes out of play. Good spirit in the St Johnstone team as well. You can see them applauding their teammates and saying, well done, you've closed him, you've done here.
Yeah, working ever so hard. But again, just seen it at the end, Garterman again playing a needless ball. Thing is, Aberdeen have got really good football players in the middle of the park, you know. They really have. McGrath's in there, Barron can play, Shinnie likes to get the ball down and play. Johnny Hayes, get it out to him in the wider areas, and it just seems to be going from back to front.
Throw in long, won by Robinson. Garterman overhits it, comes all the way through. On to the goalkeeper, who stands by the penalty spot. All in purple, I think, this afternoon. And he'll go down and gather and pick the ball up. Little smile for Duke, who dropped it short. And he just lifts the big left hand, waves players forward, drops the ball down, sends it right footed down the right hand side. And trying to bring it under control. Jensen did really well. Comes back to him, little head flick out wide. Took a really nasty knock during the week. Glad to see he's okay. The ball comes forward onto Duke. Duke loses out, turned back in by Hayes. Gordon gets it down onto Smith. Good interchange by St Johnstone. They keep the ball now. They'll clip it forward down that right hand side. And Jensen has to knock it out of play. Costello's caused a fair few problems coming forward, getting himself around.
Yes, I watched them. They played Rangers. They played on wide left to try and backtrack against Tavernier. It was a difficult shift for him. Last week he played up front with Jeffcott, and he done very, very well. Scored his first goal. Obviously could have scored a couple of minutes after he scored as well. 2 good chances, scored one, missed one. But he's causing a bit of a problem for this Aberdeen defence. He's got good movement, he works very hard. I think again, having a partner up there in Jeffcott will certainly help him. He's very comfortable.
Now the ball round the corner onto Costello. Costello launches into the box. But the ball just going to evade him. It's going to take a couple of bounces. The flag was up anyway. Just again trying to find the right position. Kilroos comes forward just to check where the ball should be dropped. The assistant on the far side is indicating where that should go. And just a couple of yards outside his box, getting ready to
well
play
offside
forward.
though. Well offside.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the flag could easily have went up. I know they're supposed to, but if it's blatant like that, surely just put the flag up. I mean, there's a good, at least a yard in it. You know, as Costello goes way too early in behind the Aberdeen defence.
It's not a problem because you got VAR, as we saw at Spurs last week. No problems. Nothing ever goes wrong
Nothing
there.
to see here.
Oh, the ball gets played back in. But your point was, he was early. I just wish they'd put the flag up and be done with it.
Do you not think VAR's made their game worse? I'm being honest, Willie. I'm being serious.
Has it made it fairer?
No, when you see that game last week.
I know.
But you know, it's meant to be clear and obvious. No, it's right or wrong.
Yeah.
We could talk about that for a long time. So too could Jurgen Klopp as the ball comes in from Carey into the area, clip back onto Smith, gathered again up at the edge of the box. Little drag back coming in there by Luke Robinson. Now here's the chance for Smith. Smith again wants it on the right foot, gets it, tries the curling effort. Up and over it goes. Just on that VR thing, the problem was if you don't ask the question properly, you're not going to get the right answer.
No, but equally, Paul, we've all seen it, and when the game restarts, if it does get corrected in the referee's ear, he should have the option to stop the game and say, hold on, we've made a mistake here. They've been applauded for it. The whole team would have been applauded for it.
Yeah, I think they've got to come up with the correct language. I know certainly from doing some rugby, it's usually you ask, you know, my decision is X, what do you think? And, you know, it's clear and obvious as to what you're inquiring about. But yeah, mistakes happen. And here, so far, VAR, who is Kevin Clancy today. It's had a fairly easy afternoon. And it's now 34 minutes now gone, ball out of play on that far side. It's been a good first half so far for St Johnstone. Maybe bottom of the table, but they feel they've had better things so far between these two. Aberdeen currently in 8th. We join Hearts on 11 points, should they win here today. As the ball is out of play on that far side. And brought down onto Considine. Considine, whose 500th appearance for Aberdeen came against the club he's now playing for. Plays it out wide to Carey. Carey over the halfway line. Costello just jumped past it on that occasion. Kitchenami wanted a free kick against Barron. Certainly wasn't going to get it. Barron plays it forward to Shinnie, gets it back, turns, plays it out to the right hand side. Gets things moving. Garterman tries to clip it up, over down for Nicky Devlin. Devlin loses out and the ball gets booted, and I mean booted, out of play by Robinson, hits the stand and comes all the way back. So the long throw possible. Last time they had this, Willie, they dropped the throw short.
Yeah, they did. The majority of times, though, they throw it long into the box, but didn't get much from that midweek. Maybe they're trying to mix it up a little bit. Better from Gartman then, better use of the ball.
Throws it in, headed away by Robinson, breaks down. There's a push though, and the goalkeeper dived as the ball got deflected away, but it was a clear push in the box. Free kick to St Johnstone.
Yeah, the St Johnstone back three's not been troubled so far. Robinson playing in there. He's normally a left back, but he's playing left centre half's done very well. Ably partnered by Gordon and Andrew Considine. You know, and you always wonder, 500 plus games for Aberdeen, well, coming back to your old stomping ground, it's always strange. I've done it myself. It's a weird feeling at times. You just have to watch you don't go into the wrong changing room at the start.
I just have to take your word for that, of course.
Long ball gets flashed forward, knocked out of play on the halfway line. No goals so far. I think Richard mentioned only once in the last 17 meetings been more than 2 goals. Back in December 20, Aberdeen won by 2-1. And in the last 5 years here, St Johnstone 7 goals in the last 14 against Aberdeen. They have won 3 of those, all by a scoreline of 1-0. So far 0-0. Waitov has it just outside his area, lifts it down that left hand side. Devlin watches it over his shoulder. Graham Carey applauds the effort from the goalkeeper, but he realised he wasn't going to get there, and it's come out of play on this right hand side. Earlier on today, St Mirren 0, Rangers 3. As the free kick is given following on from yesterday, entertaining at Tynecastle. Hearts 2-2 against Hibs. Livingston with a good win against Motherwell by 2-0. Celtic 3-1 over Killie. So make that 13 goals scored so far. And Scotland in the top flight. No, of course, Dundee Ross County, which went off due to the weather. Will be replayed at a future date. Half-time approaching. Aberdeen 1 effort so far. Going into the stats, St Johnstone with 4, although none have hit target. Aberdeen coming forward on the left-hand side. Duke, others. Gordon appeared to be pushing into him. The referee was happy initially and then decided to give the free kick. Liam Gordon yells at referee David Munro, and the free kick is awarded.
I'm not so sure about that, Alan, to be honest. I think the crowd, the referee seems to be reacting a little bit to the crowd noise, but you know, Duke's a strong player and he puts his body into the defender, and I think he's put his body in and Liam Gordon's dealt with it. I didn't see too much wrong with that. I thought the defender handled it extremely well, and of course it then gives, with him winning the ball, it gives him an opportunity to build it up, but I thought the referee got that one wrong.
Johnny Hayes and Conor Barron over the ball. Aberdeen 6 players in a line. Into the box it goes. Garterman tried to get there. Considine just defended well, stood in front of him, made sure that he wasn't going to get anywhere near it. The ball bounces out behind. Alan Preston, St Johnstone continue to be 0-0. Stephen McLean just wants to make sure that they don't give away anything silly.
Yeah, I haven't seen them a lot, Paul. I think this is as good as I've seen St Johnstone play for an opening 40 minutes. Coming to Pittodrie, difficult venue for them against a good side, but they've dominated them. They've played better as well. They've passed the ball really well. They're working really hard. They just need a chance to get a goal. If they can get a goal, you just never know. Something to hang on to. But it's still 0-0. That's the problem. When they're on top as much, they need to try, if they can, and score a goal.
Kucheravi loses out the ball and then just jumps on the back of Jamie McGrath. It's a free kick. Garterman comes down this right hand side, plays it for Devlin. Devlin allows the ball to run on the outside of him. First time Majowski has it. He's going to lose out though. That's excellent play. Sends Sprangler. Gallows, the Austrian, plays it up. Look, Jeffcott sends it round the corner. Great run by Costello. Into the area it goes. Doesn't have anybody with him inside the area. Into trouble. And it's knocked long and away. It's good covering. Aberdeen Jensen doing well as the ball comes out of play. And Devlin just couldn't link with Majowski. Just one of the Aberdeen players looking a little frustrated at the moment more than anything else.
Sorry, Paul, that was really good play again by St Johnstone down that left-hand side. Lovely ball from Jeffcott to find his striking partner. They just couldn't get anyone up to help him. A really good move again by St Johnstone. Certainly a team that, look, as you said, Willie, earlier, looks as if they've been playing together for ages.
Yeah, really good understanding, and you just felt that Costello, maybe he should have just held it up and waited for a little bit of support there, trying to take Jensen on. Jensen, you know, pretty good centre back, good experience too in dealing with it extremely well.
Ball thrown in by Aberdeen. Will run through onto Duke, takes it down on the chest. 2 touches on the chest, 1 on the thigh, down to the foot on the right hand side. Hurdled Andrew Considine, didn't take the ball with him though. Smith back to Considine, being backed into a bit of a corner here up at the edge of his own area. He's going to lose out. Devlin then gets it into Duke. Shinnie, perhaps just if he'd slipped the ball in behind him, but he'll play it back onto Devlin. Devlin into the middle, the header down the middle. McGrath fell, and it's the men in white who can get things moving again. Kucheravi down the side it goes. Goalkeeper comes from goal and knocks it away before Anna Costello could get there. Knocks it out of play. You're always worried when your goalkeeper
gets away with it.
Yep.
He gets away with it because his body's there. I mean, he could have easily have kicked that off of Rubicic, or was it Costello that was running down as well, because it was so close to him when he did get, and it did deflect off of, I'm sure it deflected off of Rubicic out the throw in. I never like to see them coming out beyond their box, I'm afraid to say.
Yeah, he got out there, he won the ball, and in the end, no problem. Just didn't look particularly great. As 0-0 continues to be the scoreline. Majowski on the halfway line on the Aberdeen right-hand side. Carey goes in up against Devlin. Devlin hooks it down the side. Andrew Considine, nobody near him. Will take a touch, plays it back onto his goalkeeper. And underworked so far this afternoon. The Bulgarian sends it long. Rubicic tries to win the header, gets it at the second attempt with his feet. Drops down onto Sprangler. Sprangler sends it out wide. No link-up play. Wright tries to get there. Kucheravi trying to drop back. Ball over the halfway line up towards Duke. Liam Gordon will win the free kick that time for Duke, backing into him. And Duke,
I think it's handball, Paul.
Is that, I can't say.
I think he controls it with his hand.
Good shout. Is he going to get booked though? There's the question. Trying to look round the pillar.
He's got the referee. I think the referee's been very lenient. It shouldn't be a yellow card. You know, he's frustrated, Duke. You can see that.
Well, gets the benefit of the doubt, so he was fair to St Johnstone. He's now been fair to Aberdeen. I would suggest the next player that cuts across the referee might not be as lucky. So 0-0, 3 minutes to half time. Aberdeen have scored in the last 5, plus just 3 single goals in the last 3 games. As the ball comes into the middle, Rubicic with the header away. It's down towards Duke. Duke brings it under control, does well, held up against Trey Wright, but then Trey Wright wins the ball, gets it, drives. He's going to try and draw the foul, but he manages to push the ball away down onto Graham Carey. Long on the angle. Jeffcott is waiting for it, brings it down, it gets the hit, it's deflected, it goes behind, it's a corner. Well, he was all alone for a moment, closed down by Jensen. St Johnstone have the corner, and Aberdeen are shaking here.
Yeah, really good play by Trey Wright, finding Carey, and he gets his head picked up and he looks at the back post, and there's Jeffcott in acres of space. I don't know where Johnny Hayes is, but Jeffcott brings it down and gets the strike off. Eventually Aberdeen get a defender back, deflected away for a corner, but a really good opportunity there.
Dara Costello is going to swing the ball in. Liam Gordon is up there. Jeffcott 2, Sprangler at the edge of the 6-yard box. Costello keeps an eye. is right there. They'll take it short to him. Ukrainian gets the ball in. It's Graham Kenny will volley it. Got all the power you could have wanted from the edge of the box, just not the accuracy. There was not an Aberdeen player with 5-6 metres of him, and he volleys it up and over.
That's exactly what I was saying though, having watched them. They're very inventive from set plays, and again, short corner. Carey is back to part virtually, wondering, right, not taking any part in the move and any burst forward. It's a great ball from the corner to the edge of the box, and he hits it flush just over the top of the bar.
Aberdeen play the ball forward down that right hand side. 1 minute plus stoppage time to be played here at Pittodrie in this first half. Rain continues to fall as it goes out wide on that far side. Graham Shinnie's picked up at the edge of the area. Shinnie inside to Duke. Duke gathers, beats one man, tried to flick it back to McGrath. Well read. The Sprangler, who came out, plays it on to Costello. Costello sent it long, looking for Jeffcott. And all the way through it comes to Roos. That almost summed up St Johnstone's season. They've dominated, they've done well. Could have lost the goal right at the death there. They still might, as the ball on the angle towards Majowski. Good header away by Robinson. Majowski's going to let that go out of play. That will go out first of the game.
Yeah, there's a chance. I mean, if they could steal a goal here, it would be some for Aberdeen, because they've never been at the races, basically. They've been dominated by a team struggling at the bottom of the table. You know, I'm not going to allow the midweek exertions to be an excuse here today. It shouldn't be this difficult for Aberdeen to try to control a game. They've had no control in the game whatsoever, but they've got a chance just before half time to go in with an unlikely lead.
Johnny Hayes stands over the ball. Connor Barron just a few feet away. 2 additional minutes to be played, and David Munro, the referee, just watching all the bodies in front. Ball played in, Barron swings it in. Good solid header away by Costello. Breaks to Johnny Hayes, steps over the ball, plays it back out wide. Connor Barron on the right hand side, ball in the middle, chance! It's an own goal! Andrew Considine has put through his own net. Duke thinks he might have got a touch on it, but from here you could say that's an own goal. Dreadful from St Johnstone, dreadful misfortune, and it's stoppage time in the first half. Aberdeen 1, St Johnstone 0.
I don't know, it's Andrew Considine. It comes off the side of his head. Duke, yes, puts him under pressure, but for me it comes off of Andrew Considine. We'll get that confirmed. It's a good cross in from Connor Barron, but dearie me, you know, football can be so cruel. You know, getting that goal, having had no opportunities, no shots in goal, I believe, in that first half. You know, a cross into the box, an OG. Well, things are looking good for Barry Robson if you can go in at half-time, having played so poorly, 1-0 up.
That's an own goal all day long. It's a good ball in from Barron, and it's Andrew gets on it, and he's got a few in his career. I'm a tally that you want, but he's got a few now. It's a good ball in, but Stevie McLean will be gutted. They've been brilliant and they've been dominating in this first half. They've had chances, they've been the better side, they've played the better football, but as Wally says, that is football. They find themselves 1-0 down. We're still waiting to see if it's going to be given. I don't know what the check's for.
VAR check looked fairly standard from here. Graham Shinnie is now
possible offside.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if Duke was in an offside position, even though Andrew Considine headed it in himself. They're taking a little bit of time to make their mind up, so
must be tight.
Well, Kevin Clancy is the VAR. David Munro, well, you can see the whole group of players looking hopeful for St Johnstone, almost pleading that this will go their way. Johnny Hayes standing there explaining why it should be a goal. The referee had the right hand to the right ear, now just stops for a moment, just standing there checking goal. Possible offside, it says on the 2 big boards that we can see from here on the main stand. St Johnstone players have come across speaking to their manager.
So it's clearly just not a simple one then. Here we go, he's going to tell us now. He's got his hand to his ear.
Hand to the ear again, he's talking away. To me, if it's this close, go and have a look at it. Stop standing there and just go and see it. There's the screen, and he's going to go and have a look at it. Oh. Well, David Munro wanders over.
You're either offside or you're not, surely.
Yeah, I think it's maybe for a free kick, perhaps. Duke barging into Andrew Considine, putting him off.
It can't be for offside then, surely.
No, I don't think so.
Well, as I say, the board says possible offside, but they will check everything. The fourth official
It does say that, yeah.
having to just push a couple of St Johnstone players away. But David Munro, well, it takes courage if you think you're right as the ref to give the goal and override what you're being told. But sometimes it'll just be interesting to see.
See, but this is where the grey area is. He's either offside or he's not. We've been told on the board it's a possible offside. So if it's not, they should be telling people in the stadium, what is it about? What is going on here? Why is he coming over to have a look? Because if he's offside, he's offside.
Absolutely agree. David Munro is still looking at the screen. Dara Costello is there. The referee walks back out, shows the symbol,
Offside.
and gives the offside. The flag is now up.
Yeah, it was offside. You've got a little replay on it here. It looks as though it's offside. Anyway, he's given whatever he's given, but I think we're still a little bit
we need to clarify this.
unsure.
Because if it's offside, VAR can give it. Surely they can see, they get a better opinion.
Yeah.
They get a better view. So why does the ref then have to go and look at the board?
I always think it's a good idea. If you're going to take that long, go and look at it anyway and talk to, the VAR.
Why not tell the thousands in the stadium? It's it's an entertainment business we're in. Let us know what's going on.
I think that'll come. I think it has to come as the ball comes in to the centre circle. So confirmation, Aberdeen 0, St Johnstone 0. The right questions were asked by VAR, and you have to believe the right decision was achieved. And certainly from the neutral point of view, St Johnstone would have been hard done by going down by 1-0 as Conor Barron goes in, wins it, gets ready to play the ball forward. 41 goals Andrew Considine scored for Aberdeen, a few own goals in his career, but he avoids that one. The last player to score for Aberdeen against St Johnstone was St Johnstone goalkeeper Remy Matthews, the 1-0 back in April. But for now, 50 minutes on the clock, goodness knows how many extra minutes we're going to play. As McGrath rolls the ball back inside his own half. Garterman almost sent that out of play, did send it out of play. McGrath couldn't keep it in. It is not going Aberdeen's way, and the natives ain't happy.
No, they're not, but okay, the confusion with the goal being chalked off is a big part of why they're not happy. But I'll tell you a bigger reason for them not to be happy, because the team had been poor. They've been poor. Aberdeen, it's back to the early season form that they had shown, where they've no control in the midfield. They're playing far too many long balls. There isn't anyone that's taking control of it. And to be perfectly honest, here's a chance.
Here's Jeff got up at the edge of the area. Ball deflects inside. Rubizic dances, but offside. Costello had gone too early. Back to Willock. In fact, we'll give it a chance to expand during the break, because the referee has blown for half-time. David Munro. Well, Aberdeen and St Johnstone, no great surprise. There's not been a lot of goals between these two. Normally isn't, but there's certainly not been any lack of incident. Andrew Considine heading beyond his own goalkeeper, but not sure you can be offside from your own goal, but that's how it's happened. Duke must have been interfering with play. Richard will take us through it all. Half-time here at Pittodrie. Aberdeen 0, St Johnstone 0.
This is Sports Sound
from BBC Radio Scotland.
A golden goal! Absolutely tremendous.
There's no substitute.
Wonderful goal for Scotland!
Scotland in the Euro 2024 qualifiers.
Incredibly, we're trying to figure out what on earth the permutations are for us not to qualify.
Yes. Can Steve Clarke's men qualify on the night they play in Seville?
My goodness, the Tartanamu would be an absolute dreamland if we get a result.
It will be a huge task to go to Spain and stay in the game.
Spain versus Scotland.
In this dream qualifying campaign.
Thursday from 6.
After that game, the Off the Ball special,
bringing you petty and ill-informed reflection.
The European dream lives here.
BBC Radio Scotland.
Huge night ahead on Thursday. Make sure you're with us from 6 o'clock. Sports Sound on BBC Radio Scotland. Earlier this afternoon, Rangers with a 3-0 win at Paisley, or in Paisley, against St Mirren. Tavernier got 2. It's 6 for the season now. Seema got his 7th of the campaign. St Mirren certainly struggling after the dismissal of Ryan Strain for conceding the penalty from which Tavernier opened the scoring. So Rangers into second place on goal difference, but both sides 7 points adrift of the leaders. Celtic moved on to Pittodrie, where we've had 45 minutes. It's certainly not been brilliant from an Aberdeen point of view. St Johnstone have been the better side over the 45 minutes, and I think it's fair to say, Alan, they would have been unfair had they gone in behind.
Yeah, completely unfair. They've been the better side all over the park. The better players on the pitch have been St Johnstone players. I think Costello's been excellent. Jeffcott, middle of the park, Sprangler and Smith have got control of the game at the back. The back three have not really been troubled by Miovski and Duke. St Johnstone, if that goal had stood, would have been really hard done by going in at half time. But while they're on top, Richard, they need to try and score a goal and go ahead in a game. They've only done it once against Livingston last week. They're going to get something out of this game, and I think 3 points are there for them today if they can just take one of the chances that they've created. I think set plays are vital for them. They work hard at them. The front two of Jeffcott and Costello look a real partnership, and they've also got the likes of May and Kane and Clark to come on in the second half. So I'm sure Stevie McLean will say more of the same, but can we flood more people into the box? Because there was a time when Costello was played in by Jeffcott. He's looking for help. He's looking for a Dre Wright, a Carey, someone else to get up with him, and they couldn't quite get up with him. They need to try and flood more men into the box, and if you do that, someone will get on the end of it. But excellent. That's as good as I've seen St Johnstone this season. They've been very, very good.
Yeah, Willie, until first half stoppage time, the only thing I'd written down all half was positive start by St Johnstone. Succession of attacks. I mean, there was literally nothing happening in the 45. You guys have a feed of the game over at that end of the gantry, which I've not seen. So talk me through the goal, talk me through the decision that was eventually taken.
I think it's been given for offside.
Yeah. Right, offside against Lopez.
I'm not sure if it was Lopez.
I think it was him, yeah.
Or was it earlier in the build-up?
I think it's Duke. Just as it comes in, I think he's just offside.
But it's a Considine own goal. So is it because he is there?
He's offside when the ball's played in.
And he is attempting to play the ball. He's making a positive action to get to the ball, and whether he gets there or not, it's clear that he's influencing play in that respect.
That's what we think,
right?
But we've not been told, and no one in the stadium's been told. Which I think, as Paul said in commentary, has to come. Because everyone's sitting here thinking, what's going on? What was that for? Is it offside? Is it a foul? Is it interfering with play? We don't know. So we need to. That's something that they have to look at and let everyone, the paying public, know exactly what's going on.
I mean, it would be lovely to think it will come, but after listening to the audio that was released down south following the Spurs Liverpool game and the utter confusion that was going on, the swearing and the. I mean, just complete lack of control. They had lost it completely. I'm not sure the Scottish FA are ready to open themselves up to that. Are you?
No.
Not a chance.
No, but can we let the announcer at the stadium know what it was for? Is it offside? Was it interfering with play? Was it a foul? What was it?
Well, the assistant's wired up, yeah. So he puts his flag up.
Yeah.
So does he put his flag up for offside? I'm sure. He wouldn't put his flag up, it was a free kick from where he is. He couldn't make that decision, I don't think. So we've got the big screens here, and they're telling us it's for an offside check. We've then seen the referee being asked over to have a look at it. So what we can assume is that someone was in an offside position, but did he interfere? So he's got to then go and have a look. So he's been told he's in an offside position. The referee goes and have a look. Is he interfering? Does he make an attempt to play the ball? And I think he does.
Yeah.
I think he does put Andrew Considine off slightly. So it's an offside with complications, Richard. Is that probably what we're saying?
I've been given some guidance here, which says he's offside. He then interferes with the opponent and impacts the defender's ability as the defender then heads into his own net. As it is an opinion, it's referred to the OFR.
Yeah,
I thought that's what I said.
That's about right.
No, goal disallowed as ref opinion is on-field referee OFR. You're going to get there eventually. So that's why that's right, what we couldn't quite understand. You're thinking offside, why the referee? But it's because there is that, as you guys have been saying, it is that contact, and that is the guidance that we've been given. But you're right. It would be good if that guidance was given everyone, just someone on the microphone, just to say, just to say this is what we're looking at.
Because
this
it riles the
is
fans up, as we've seen. That a simple thing as a throw-in right in front of us, and the fans go mad because they don't think the ball's out. They just let everyone know. There's so much confusion with VAR at the moment, and obviously didn't help last week with the Spurs game, but I just think today it went on for so long, and you're thinking if it's offside, then that's a clear call from VAR. You're either offside or you're not. So why does the referee need to go over? And then everyone in the crowd saying the same as we are. If he's offside, it should be a VAR call, no problems, it's right or wrong. But now the referee's having a look, what's going on? And eventually, no one knows what's going on until you've enlightened the listening audience.
Well, to be fair, I think we kind of got there almost between us with you guys letting me know what happened and trying to interpret it. And there we go. We've had their official guidance there. It's not what the Aberdeen fans came along home for, Willie, is it? It is back
it's
to
just poor, Richard.
And also just resorting to that hoofed long ball at times as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's as poor as it has been this season. You know, there's been a few games that, particularly before that Frankfurt game, that Aberdeen were not at the races and you know, reverted to the long ball. You know, down to Tynecastle they did that. You know, at Livingston it wasn't a great performance, and they were well outplayed by St Mirren too. But you thought that they had got over that, but they obviously haven't, because the first 45 minutes, I'm sure Barry Robson will agree, is unacceptable. You know, I don't think the wing backs have really taken part. I think the midfield have been very, very poor. You know, Duke and Majowski haven't linked at all. Duke has not shown any real threat. You know, it's been just all round a poor performance. The back three have been well tested as well. They've dealt with it okay, I think, at times. But there has been opportunities for St Johnstone. You know, it's been a long time since we've seen St Johnstone play like that. In fact, I can't remember. You know, that first 45 minutes, how they've shifted the ball about, the shape that they've got. It's as good as I have seen St Johnstone, not for a long time, forever. I would say, because that's not the way they normally play.
Yeah.
It's normally a different type of game. I think they've played the way I was expecting Aberdeen to be playing. You know, good, intricate passing, wing backs taking part, midfield dominating, and threat up front. So it's been really, really good, I think, for Stephen McLean. I think he can take a lot from that first half. I think as far as Barry Robson's concerned, then it needs to be much better in the second half. The fans are not going to accept that quality of football again for the next 45.
Well, this is the first time I've seen Aberdeen live. I've watched them on the television, obviously, but live it's been here, and I expected better, if I'm being honest. And in recent weeks they've played better. They've got a great result at Rangers. I thought it was a good performance on Thursday night as well. I thought they played well, deserved to get at least a draw out the game. Possibly could have won it, but I expected better. And I was listening to you, obviously, the game at Tynecastle, a lot of long balls at Tynecastle, and then here again today it's been the same again. It's been needless long balls into pointless areas, really. It's not as if they're dropping over the top of the wing back or on top of one of the back three into a good area for Duke or Majowski to run into. It's just been booted up the park, and it's coming straight back down. It's been food and drink for the back three so far for St Johnstone, but I've got to agree with you, it's been absolutely brilliant. Stephen McLean's tactics, team shape and everything has been spot on so far.
Got to say, I've enjoyed. I haven't seen an awful lot of him in the flesh. Enjoyed watching Max Kucheravi, Alan. Now, I actually had a quick look to see if he and Conor Barron had actually been teammates at Kelty, but actually Max took over from Conor. The two, of course, out in loan spells from their parent clubs. But I mean, I was told that a couple of years ago that he was ready. He should be playing first team football, and he's still a young kid, but he's well really got something.
He done well at Falkirk last year. He was excellent. Every time I've seen Falkirk, he was very good. Obviously got his couple of goals against Dundee early on in the season. Played last week, done well, deserved to stay in the team today. But there's not been a failure, Richard, in that St Johnstone side. The keeper who we talked about has had nothing to do so far. But every one of the outfield players, he's been excellent. You know, I think Dre Wright's worked Johnny Hayes really hard down that side. Carey's got a lovely left foot. In the middle of the park, I think that Sprangler and Smith dominated Shinnie and Barron in there, which you wouldn't say, because Shinnie's, you know, a top professional, really good, and he won't be happy with the team performance from Aberdeen so far. It's been all St Johnstone. They just need a goal to go. If they can get that one goal up, it would be such a difference for them. But I'm sure Barry Robson's in there having a go. He must be having a go to his side, because they've been bitterly disappointing.
Yeah, I'm just looking down at the pitch there. Willie Allen talked about this earlier in terms of the options that St Johnstone now have. Chris Kane, he's certainly scored a winning goal here before. Stevie May has certainly scored here before. Nicky Clark, of course, now back as well. I mean, they do have options there, and you can imagine that given the power of work the front two are put in, St Johnstone could be making changes late on that could actually cause Aberdeen problems.
No, with them three in particular, you know, Nicky Clark, maybe Stevie May, Chris Kane is maybe a bit similar to the two that are playing up top. The first half, I think the other two, particularly Nicky Clark, might be able to sniff something out. And as we said before the game, Stevie May, we think, plays better with someone up there as well, you know, a striker to play off of. So they have got good options in the bench. I don't think at this moment in time that the manager will be thinking about making changes, but as the game goes on,
Well, I can't see Stevie May out there. Just if he's away in, or is this him just coming out
he's
now?
Just coming back on now. He may just
running for
have gone.
Toilet break.
Exactly.
I was thinking he's not out there, but I see him now coming out.
If he was thinking about a change, it probably would be the front two, wouldn't it? I don't think you would look at the rest of the team and think that needed changed at this stage because of how well they have played. I think for Aberdeen though, I wonder what Barry's thinking, you know, after that first half performance and the lack of control they've had. I mean, would they consider changing shape? Because they've both got the same shape. Yeah, and when they're playing the same shape, then St Johnstone are the better team. So it might be that you need to shake it up by changing, maybe going to a back four. I don't know, personnel. Clarkson could come on for Conor Barron, or I'm not sure. He's got Paul Vara as well. Jamie McGrath hasn't been particularly prominent either. So there's a number of options there for and even Duke, I must say, hasn't been particularly threatening in that first half too. He needs to improve. So a lot for Barry Robson to think about, and maybe not so much for Stephen McLean.
Well, certainly Aberdeen have had more credit, more praise in recent weeks for some of the football they've been playing. In the defeat against Frankfurt, those two games against Ross County, they grind it out certainly in the second one. The disappointment of not winning the European tie, but there was some decent stuff then. It's been a very, very different performance from Aberdeen thus far. Barry Robson certainly going to have to find something. And I mean, it's easy. The fans, I think, have been enjoying the last couple of weeks, Willie, and enjoying clearly there was a big build-up to the European adventure. But it will be in the back of all their minds that they've seen a lot of football like this all season long as well. There's been an odd 15 minutes here, 20 minutes there, but the football's been great to watch. But for the most part, this has been the norm.
Yeah, it has. And you know, even the game here against Ross County, Richard, in the first half, although they won it convincingly in the end, but it wasn't a particularly inspiring performance. And that might be the case today. It might not be inspiring, and they might be able to turn it around by scoring against the run-up play. But it has been a bit patchy. It's been much better, obviously, recently. But you know, I still think that the midfield area and the shape that he plays at times, if the two wing-backs don't take part, I don't think they have taken part, then it leaves, you know, quite a major job for the other three midfield players. I think St Johnstone have got that absolutely spot on with their wing-backs and their three midfield players. Aberdeen haven't. And this reverting to centre-backs, just, you know, playing long balls up the park, that's not going to excite anybody, is it?
No. Hopefully from there they get better football in the second half. St Johnstone certainly will be very keen to repeat what they have been doing, because it's been pretty impressive stuff. And well, certainly it would have been very, very unjust had they been behind at half-time. They have been by some distance a better team in the opening 45 minutes. Doesn't look like there are any imminent changes as the players make their way back out. St Johnstone coming up here to Pittodrie. It's 0-0 at half-time against Aberdeen. Live second half commentary with William Allen and Paul Mitchell.
Thanks, Richard. 8 goals, 11 games for St Johnstone. They've lost 19, 6 players on a single goal. Kucheravi has hit 3, so he's the top goal scorer for St Johnstone. Aberdeen have shared their goals around 11 different scorers, but Majowski is the only one with more than a single goal. He's on 8 so far this season. Will any of these statistics change? Stay with us for the next 45 minutes. Aberdeen and St Johnstone 0-0. Why Does It Always Rain on Me is the kind of ironic music they're playing around Pittodrie. The rain may have stopped just briefly, but it's due to come back on. And Conor Barron yelling at his teammates. Aberdeen all in red, St Johnstone all in white with blue and yellow flashing coming over the left shoulder and on the bottom of the jersey as well. Aberdeen right to left. Roos steps forward, gets ready and sends the ball forward towards Duke. Duke goes in there, he contacted the man first, but the ball was away. Jensen hooks it long. Duke chasing into the corner, trying to get ahead of Dre Wright. And the ball's not going to stay in play. It is going to go behind. And certainly, Willie, from a Aberdeen perspective, what Barry Robson will be looking for is just a much better tempo at the start of this half.
Yeah, try to get a lot better control in the midfield area. You know, I said during the break there that I think the wing backs have got to take part in that department too. They've been overwhelmed actually by the good play from St Johnstone, and if you've not got control in that area, then it's very difficult to see how you're going to build up things and create opportunities for the strikers. So yeah, tempo up, you know, more understanding, a kind of a tighter midfield unit, I would suggest as well. And if the back three, you know, are on the ball, try to look and engage and bring the midfield into it. They haven't been doing that. They've been playing far too many long balls.
Rivasic on the ball in the moment. Where's 33, pushes it back out wide. Garterman back to his goalkeeper. Bruce comes from goal. Will play it out this right hand side onto Jensen. Jensen with a headband on, courtesy of that knock during the week. And turns and plays the ball back to his goalkeeper once more. Being closed down quickly, gets the ball away before Costello could get there, but he rushed his delivery and have it though up by the half. Loses out on the header. Strangler gets it through. Sent forward by Drake. Right, Yefgot brings it down. Strangler tries to gather, can't link with Smith, and McGrath sends the ball out wide to the right hand side, just over the halfway line towards Devlin from Garterman. Garterman gathers again. Garterman steps forward. Costello's with him and he hits it off Graham Carey. Gets the throw in, round on to Devlin, sliding in Luke Robinson, who's looked useful, defended pretty tidily so far. Knocks that out of play, and Aberdeen will have a throw on that far side, almost level with the penalty area, heading towards the beach end of the towel has been made available, so a little drive the ball before it comes in. Rubasic moves his way forward, yet to score for Aberdeen. 6'4", he can cause problems in there. Goes up, tries to win a header, breaks the edge of the area. McGrath with a volley well wide in the end. That was the opportunity. Couldn't get over the ball as he wanted.
No, a difficult opportunity though, isn't it? You know, the throw-in comes long, it's headed back out just beyond the 18-yard line, and McGrath's there ready to pounce. He takes it, what about hip high, I would say, but you know, it's really difficult technique to get that one on target. Mind you, he's capable of it, so he'll be disappointed that he put that well over the bar.
Yeah, would have taken something special. 2 goals in 9 games as an Aberdeen player. As the ball is launched long by St Johnstone, runs out of play, and Bruce will come to take it. Bruce in goal, Garterman, Rubasic and Jensen the back three for Aberdeen. Devlin, Shinnie, Barron and Hayes. McGrath up with Majowski and Duke at the Aberdeen starting 11. It's remained that way at the start of the second half, and Aberdeen send it forward towards Majowski, headed away by Robinson, breaks down onto Carey. Robinson gets it back, just steps away from Majowski, hits it off his backside, the ball goes out of play. It is going to be a throw into St Johnstone. Dimitar Mitov, the goalkeeper. Back three of Gordon, Considine and Robinson. Liam Gordon allowed to play as the red card from last weekend overturned. Wright, Smith, Sprangler and Carey. Kucherabe supporting Costello and Jeffcott. And St Johnstone have looked the most likely. Just joining us now, Aberdeen did get the ball in the back of the net. It was an own goal by Andrew Considine, but Duke was adjudged to have been in an offside position and interfering with play. Took a little while, and that was the call from VAR. Now Aberdeen coming forward down the right hand side. Kucherabe held away by Barron illegally, says the referee. Unsurprisingly, Conor Barron doesn't agree. Free kick St Johnstone.
Yeah, again it's Aberdeen resorting to long balls. Gartnerman was that time hitting the ball over the top, comfortable by Robinson, gets himself out of danger. And St Johnstone again just playing their way in if they can, you know, getting the ball down, trying to play it. I think Richard's right, the front two, Costello and Jeffcott, whatever so hard, they'll run out of legs at some point. They'll have got other firepower, certainly. on that bench, which you haven't had for weeks gone by.
Kucheravi tries to gather, doesn't do so on the far side, falls for Jeff Gott. He's got the ball, plays it back. Sprangler loses out though, and it was Robinson who nipped in front of him. Aberdeen clear through Devlin up towards the halfway line. Robinson happy to let that ball run out of play. David Monroe's our referee, Daniel McFarlane and Paul McAvenue are the assistants. Duncan Williams, the fourth official, getting abuse from everywhere on the field and off. And Kevin Clancy is in the VAR headquarters. Long by St Johnstone, coming down the right side. Costello is pulling Jansen. Play on, says the referee. The men stand here not happy. They have a great view of that as Hayes plays the ball away. Duke tries to go up, beats Gordon. Good stretching by Considine. And then Smith hooks the ball over his own shoulder. It's down the St Johnstone left hand side. Far side as we watch as McGrath chases after it. Just keeps the ball in. Did it? No, doesn't. Ball's out of play. Concedes the throw. I do love football stands for pillars. You get to move left and right. And
wait till they move to this new 200 billion stadium that they're building.
It's going to make Tottenham Hotspur look a bit tacky.
Exactly, like a training ground.
Don't hold your breath.
And before we get any complaints, I do enjoy coming to Pittodrie. We'd like to be asked back as the ball comes down onto Costello. Costello leaves it on for Matt Smith, 23-year-old from Redditch, qualifies for Wales, French grandfather. And as the ball drops down, and it's gathered by Barron, played onto the near side, onto Johnny Hayes. Hayes looks ahead, managed to get the touches closed down well, plays the ball into the area. Well, played Jensen into all sorts of trouble. Jensen then returns the favour, and Aberdeen somehow get the ball away under pressure. They'll try and get it back. Trey Wright was one of the two players along with Costello causing problems. Aberdeen somehow managed to get the ball out from the back. Carterman on that far side into Devlin, back round the corner onto McGrath. McGrath picks up on that far side. 0-0 already, 6.5 minutes gone in the second half. Played inside Ruzic. Last 0-0 between these sides, Perth January 21. It's been nearly 7 years since a 0-0 at Pittodrie as Duke wins the free kick as Conor Barron then plays it off Kucheravi. He was just trying to step back, the referee's having none of it, and we'll bring it back once more.
Well, he wins a free kick. I don't know how much contact is actually made, but Aberdeen get the benefit of the doubt. It's not in the best position to cause a defence problems. More central, Johnny Hayes looking to try to conjure something up with that left foot of his, but it's a chance for Aberdeen to pile bodies into the box. They've got good height there as well, and Johnny Hayes just got to make sure that the delivery is good.
Gets to it, sends it wide into Conor Barron. Barron into the middle, chance for Aberdeen, and Jensen scoops it, if he got it at all, into the arms of the goalkeeper.
Got to score. Yeah, he is a centre back, but I'm not allowing him that excuse. He's totally free. I think he tries to hit it with the outside of his boot rather than opening up his foot and slotting it home. It's well worked, the free kick, and played out to the left hand side here and then curled in to the box, and obviously out the training ground as well, and had a huge opportunity. Probably that is the biggest chance of the game.
Yeah, best opportunity for Aberdeen. Really well worked as well, as you rightly said, Willie, off the training ground. Lovely ball in from Barron, second ball, plays it into a lovely area, and you think if it's not a centre half, it's in the back of the net. If it's Duke or Miofsky, it's crashing that into the back of the net. You're right, he's got to do better, even although he is a centre half. That's a wonderful chance for Aberdeen to take the lead.
One goal last term, Gornik Zabry, 36 appearances, 7 in 89 for Rhoda, so he's got senior goals, but looked very tentative there and passed up a great chance for Aberdeen to take the lead here at Pittodrie. All the action, BBC Radio Scotland Sports Sound on a Sunday afternoon. Ball driven over the halfway line. Rubizic gets it onto Jensen. Jensen brings it under control. The far's a great pass. Majowski is onside. He's past one man, but he can't get past the goalkeeper. Robinson decided he wasn't going to make the challenge from behind, but Mitov rushes from his goal, gathers it at the very edge. So Jensen, who didn't have a great touch before, lovely pass forward.
Yeah, it's a nice ball over the top. Keeper's off his line quick, comes and collects about 16-17 yards out. It's been better from Aberdeen at the start of the second half.
Rubizic wins the header, breaks down onto right round the corner. Kucheravi gathers inside the area, being forced out by Barron. Takes a touch, swings it back in, and it goes from right, headed away by Aberdeen. Carterman got it away. Duke then uses his body to shield the ball. Down onto Johnny Hayes. Hayes lets fly, was taken out. The header comes away as Hayes was taken out. That's where the free kick is going to go. Considine won the header. And that's why Aberdeen get the chance to build again. 16,816 inside there. It's almost identical to the number that was here against HJK Helsinki, which I think was 16871, if memory serves me correctly. Alan Preston thinks they've got a faulty calculator.
Doubting Thomas.
As the ball gets played into the middle and bounced through by Johnny Hayes. I think they must just be undercover and up the back, out the way. I'll tell you what, it's some attendance given the weather.
Yeah, it's a decent crowd, isn't it? You know, considering the conditions that they've had to fight their way through to get here. But they haven't had much to cheer about. To be honest, they haven't had much to cheer about, although I think we've got a couple of changes coming for Aberdeen.
Well, Jamie McGrath's going off, not really surprised by that. Antti Polvara is the player coming on. And the other change, we'll see Leighton Clarkson be introduced to the action, and Graham Shinney. Well, it's not often you see Graham Shinney be taken off. Fine player, but it's not been his day today. And Clarkson comes on, and Gary Robson a little pat on the back of the head for his skipper.
You know what, Paul, I think you take your hat off to Stevie McLean and his midfield players, that they've dominated. For somebody like Shinney, as you rightly said, the Aberdeen captain to be coming off, whether he's got a knock or what, but he's not really been in the game, he's not been as influential as he can be in games. You know, and equally McGrath is a right talented player. They've not managed to get him on the ball either. So that's all credit to Stevie McLean and St Johnstone team, how well they've worked and how much they've dominated that middle of the park.
Matt Smith picks up Sprangler on the inside, but he'll throw the ball back to Andrew Considine. Considine, the only player so far this afternoon to find the back of the net. He was relieved to see VAR overturn his own goal. Long forward by St Johnstone. Rubezic heads it forward. Kucheravi fell onto the ground, got himself back up, played it forward onto Jeffcott. Here's the opportunity now for Dre Wright, trying to wind it away. Beautifully away from Polvara. Gets some help. Puts the ball into the middle, looking for options. Headed away by Aberdeen. Down by Matt Smith, round the corner. Dara Costello up against Devlin, breaks for the byline, scoops in the high cross. Two are battling for it. Chiravi tried to get there, breaks down to Wright. Wright hits it straight against Johnny Hayes, and the ball bounces outside the area. Aberdeen then concede the throw as Duke steps in ahead of Gordon. Duke playing with certainly a covering on the left here. He took a bump during the week.
I thought that was a foul, really poor from the player against Duke Thursday night. Heavy challenge.
Yeah, Duke was coming in, and you know, for first glance it looked like Duke had come through him at the back, but I think he read it, and then he just put the arm out in front of Duke and took a real sore one. No action taken by the referee as the ball gets played out wide. Costello inside the area. Carterman thought twice about making the tackle. Wide it comes, great ball in. Good away by the goalkeeper. Jeffcott was diving in there. Great ball in from Graham Carey.
That's brilliant play. Again by St Johnstone. It's whipped in, goes to Costello, he knocks it back to Carey to play first time. He whips it in that near post. Really good goalkeeping by Roos, punches it away, but again St Johnstone on the ascendancy.
No goals so far, not for the lack of effort. St Johnstone are going to go with a long throw. Andrew Considine will get ready to throw this one in.
Look at their intent, Paul. Every St Johnstone player, bar the keeper, is 35 yards from the Aberdeen goal.
There's a real determination about St Johnstone. Didn't score against Aberdeen last season, lost all three meetings. Ball into the area, headed away by Devlin. And the ball runs out of play. It's going to be another throw. St Johnstone mentioned not scored in the last three. Last goal, Callum Henry, a 1-0 win. May 2022 between these two. Stevie May's got a winner in Aberdeen. That came in September 21, year before Ali McCann. So 1-0 wins seem to be the order of the day for St Johnstone, and they face Aberdeen when they get a positive result. Opportunity now for Mitov to send the ball long, having had it returned to him long over the shoulder. Costello pulls his body away, tried to get it before it runs out of play, did keep it in, it was well played. Now flicked into the box by Carey. Carterman gets it away outside the area Swangler and Smith interchange. Aberdeen get away through Barron and now might be able to break through Clarkson, who was caught, but he did get the ball out wide to the halfway line onto Johnny Hayes, but Hayes had no way past. Good tracking back by Wright. Back onto Jensen. Duke round the corner. Clarkson plays it first time in looking for Majowski, and it's turned away by Robinson. It's gone out for a throw down by the corner flag. That's probably the best interchange from Aberdeen.
It is, yeah. You know, Clarkson at the heart of it as well, and just trying outside of the boot there to find Majowski, but good defending it was from Robinson, just to make sure that he cleared these lines. But yeah, Aberdeen coming to life a little bit, playing much better football. I think the changes have certainly helped. Jensen
with a throw, emerges into view. Long throw, the goalkeeper's coming for it, catches it, takes it easily enough, and he gets the ball away first time. It's going to be a long one that might go past Devlin.
It's lucky boy.
Hit off Devlin.
That hits him, Paul. It doesn't. There's any skill involved in that. I think the ball just hits him.
It was Costello who was under great pressure. Devlin was starting to look over his shoulder, and the ball bounced off his rear end, and it bounced fortunately for Aberdeen. Good thinking by the goalkeeper.
That was brilliant delivery as well. Really good by Mitov.
Aberdeen trying to take a breath and find a way forward. Paul Valak, who scored his last appearance, that was in Germany. Now the ball gets played back through to him up at the edge of the area. He just overran it. St Johnstone through right, gets away.
That's a foul.
Got taken down. Kucheravi just got clipped, and the referee again, as the ball got returned by Barry Robson. Great pass from Robson, found the head right away. Unfortunately for...
He needs a word.
Kucheravi was lying down on the deck, didn't see it coming.
No. He couldn't have done that again if he tried.
Barry would disagree with him, sure.
Yeah, he would actually, if you know Barry.
Yep. So he stands there, Alex Cleland, St Johnston's assistant, just a little chat with Stephen McLean. Kucheravi is up and okay. Just a 19th appearance. The young man had loans, Richard mentioned, at Celtic. Brecon as well. Falkirk last season, 17 appearances, 1 goal. He initially trained with Hearts. I'll tell you what, he's developing into a player. As the ball gets played forward down that left-hand side, Kucheravi tries to get there. The ball will bounce all the way through. Maricala who still has not conceded against St Johnstone. 3.5 games completed. Now an hour gone actually in this one. So he will be aware of the threat that St Johnstone will pose. St Johnstone still got May, Kane, Clark all on the bench. And I wonder if Chris Kane is going to come on. Jensen sends the ball down the side. Duke speeds up, tries to catch it before it runs out of play. He gathers it. Calling for it is Johnny Hayes. That's where it goes. Hayes back to Duke on that far side, trying to step away from Liam Gordon. Clarkson has it. Outside the box, left-hand side. Back it to Clarkson, out wide. Round the corner looking for Duke. Gordon's just going to run across that and dump Duke to the ground and just guard the ball. It goes right. It is a goal kick. And St Johnstone thinking about the change. Alex Cleland still speaking to Chris Kane, getting him ready. Stevie May's come round as well. I'm not sure, Alan, it's the game for Nicky Clark, just given the fact he's just coming back.
Possibly not. If they needed a goal late on, you never know if they'd put him on, because he's got that striker's instinct. You just wonder. I think the front two have been great. Did he take? Is it Jeff got you would take off, because he's similar to Chrissy Kane, bustling centre forward.
Unless he's done, I'd be tempted to give him another 10 minutes as the ball gets played forward. It runs through Duke again, goes down. Gordon turns, yells at Duke. Duke has a little smile back at him. They're still coming together. I'm going to watch the ball land them on opposite sides of the field.
He's a terrific player, Duke, Wally, but that's what he does, is it spoils his performance.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm no fan of it. He goes down way too early, although he's in with pace here.
He's got the ball, he got ahead of Gordon, played it back to Clarkson, send it out wide. Majowski, brilliant tracking back by Robinson, and then the back heel comes in. The chance for Duke at the edge of the 6-yard box, and Liam Gordon makes the challenge to get the ball away, but Aberdeen have got it back again. Majowski at the edge of the area, sends it out wide. Devlin tries to get it back, it bounces around and bounces back into the arms of the goalkeeper. The flag goes up.
I thought Devlin was offside on the overlap. I think the ball was just played too late for Devlin as it comes in, but that was a real chance for Duke.
It was a great sliding tackle from Robinson, wasn't it? On Majowski, because it looked as though Majowski was going to have quite an easy effort and goal there, but the defender came in, sliding tackle, got to get it right, timed it perfectly, and although the danger wasn't cleared, it certainly was cleared as far as the chance that Majowski had.
Well, Luke Jephcott ends his 10th appearance for St Johnstone, still looking for his first St Johnstone goal, but boy did he play well. And they're calling on Chris Kane, just a third appearance of the season for Kane. It comes on, and wears 9 and will now partner Dara Costello. Aberdeen have the opportunity to make changes, which they've done. Clarkson and Polvara are on, and now Meathoff. St Johnstone left to right, 0-0. 65 minutes gone in the game. Aberdeen head the ball back inside. Clarkson scoops it high in there. Wants the chase of Johnny Hayes. Hayes plays it first time, tries to get it on to Duke. Liam Gordon across, bounces the ball off the roof of the stand. Just shows how important, Alan, it was for St Johnstone to get that red card overturned.
Yeah, he's played very well. When you look at their bench, there's not really, well, they've got young Sam McClelland, who's on loan. I think it's Chelsea he's from. He's the one that would have stepped in. But, having your captain there, I think he's played very well, as has his two partners in crime there, as Robinson and Considine have been excellent.
Gordon on the ball again as Aberdeen sent it diagonal from right to left to try and find Duke. It's headed out of play by Liam Gordon. 0-0 here. And the ball in with Jensen. Jensen gets the ball to Clarkson, halfway line, right hand side. Aberdeen continuing to press, trying to find a way to break through, but Kane intercepts that, drops back onto Smith. Smith releases it first time for Kane to chase down the left hand side. Just a little bit too heavy, but might have been too heavy, Willie, but it just shows the intent. They're not prepared just to take it in, look up. If they think the pass is on, they're moving it.
No, it was the right idea, because there was plenty of room, plenty of space for Chris Kane to get forward. Just the pass from Smith wasn't good enough.
Aberdeen play it forward. Majowski is in there. Considine lays it back to his goalkeeper. That goes long. Rubezic looks at it all the way, heads it out to the side. Jensen comes across left hand side, turns it round the corner, battling there. Kucheravi handled the ball as he came through. It was unintentional, but it was there. Costello then tries to hold up Aberdeen's progress a little bit and get in the way. Rubezic gets things moving. It is a fixture for the last decade that is favoured whichever team is on their travels. They've won more than the home side. It's been a strange quirk. Can St Johnstone keep that going? Will Aberdeen find a way through? Jensen, Majowski, throw it to Clarkson into the area, just ran past him, gets the ball across and turned away at the back post. Devlin was trying to come in, and it was a good piece of clearing play by Carey. Aberdeen pick up again. Majowski plays the ball out wide. Here's the opportunity. Garterman on the inside. Polvara onto Johnny Hayes, 25 yards and goal, low into the box. Majowski tried to take a touch and took a touch and it came out, and St Johnstone get the ball away through Costello, beats two, keeps the ball, turns it back inside his own half. Forward it goes from right, taken down well by Kane. Kane round the corner onto Costello. Costello building up nicely, a little shimmy back inside of Hayes and gets away from Barron, keeps the ball, plays it out wide. Here comes Luke Robinson. Robinson round the corner it goes. Carey trying to get in the middle of the block. Ball goes out of play off Devlin. It's going to be a throw into St Johnstone. Here's Alan Preston.
A good play again from St Johnstone. Starting it right back, playing it through the midfield, and then eventually it goes out to Carey. And this time they've got three in the box. Kucheravi gets there, Costello's there, Kane's in. The ball's blocked, but a throw into St Johnstone in that wider area.
Kane inside the area, returns the ball back. There's the cross into the middle, brought down by Hayes. It almost fell for Kucheravi, breaks out to Gordon. Gordon with a strike!
Corner, surely.
That took a little deflection. I'll tell you what, probably just as well it did. That could have nestled in the top corner.
Well, it comes off Barron, doesn't it? I mean, Liam Gordon there gets his head over it. He's got plenty of time to think about it. It just goes over the bar. If that's not taking a deflection, the goalkeeper's got to save it, or it ends up in the back of the net.
Some hit. Oh, he really caught that nicely. Just a fourth corner of the game, the third for the visitors. Kucheravi will go across to take it. Young Max Kucheravi from Kiev looks to float this one in. Aberdeen, everybody back inside the area. Corner kick comes in. Majowski doesn't get there. It was almost won again by Gordon. Breaks out. Here's the opportunity for Dre Wright. Rights away for Gartman. Steps up, ball on the right foot. Thinks of going in. Clarkson comes back. And Clarkson nicks it off Dre Wright, who again just didn't want to pull it onto the left side, wanted it on the right, and ended up conceding the goal kick, 0-0.
Yeah, again, it is on, isn't it? It's on for that left foot strike, but he wants another touch. The touch is really heavy as well. You know, you could have maybe let him off it if the touch hadn't been so heavy, but when he hits it that far in front, he gives Aberdeen the opportunity to clear the danger.
I think he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. Well, he doesn't know whether to cross it or hit it. Honestly, I think he's not been a prolific goal scorer, Dre Wright, over his career. And I just think if he goes and drives in and has a goal with his left foot, but it just looked as if I don't know what to do. Do I hit it? Do I cross it? And in the end, he done neither.
Yeah, it wasn't prolific in his first spell at St Johnstone, a little bit better in his second. First spell, 45 games, 1 goal, 7 and 46 in the second. It remains 0-0. You're listening to all the action here on BBC Radio Scotland, our second commentary game of the afternoon. Earlier on, 3-0 for Rangers as Costello tries to get the pass from Kane, runs in on the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper gathers. Costello goes up and over, Loose limps his way back as he's thrown the ball out onto Connor Barron. Barron sends it forward looking for Marski, but he's going to pull that and play it down for Duke instead. Considine tries to allow the ball to run out of play. Duke's having none of it. Considine was on the ground. Duke has emerged to the ball, clips it into the middle, and the goalkeeper comes and gathers, jumps over his own defender to do so. Luke Robinson was going to power the header away, got out the way, got on his knees, let the goalkeeper come and take it. Considine just taking a chance.
He's looking for a free kick, isn't he? He goes down. It's the old collapsible legs that you know, most defenders get away with it, but the referee was having none of it. I didn't think it was a free kick. And the goalkeeper,
Barron plays it through to Majowski, sets himself, still going, and he puts it over the bar. Oh, those three defenders with him. He worked so hard to find space. He stepped inside, he got away from Sprangler, and Bojan Majowski scored 8 goals for Aberdeen this season. Never scored against St Johnstone. Put it high over the bar.
It's a big opportunity, isn't it, Alan? Yeah.
Massive. Well, he scored more difficult chances. I think he'd done everything right there. Got it on his left foot, opens the goals up, full target, and he just leans back.
It's good close control as well, isn't it? The touches, he's maybe got about 3 touches. He does open up the goal, but the execution at the end of it, leans back, puts it way over the bar.
Ach Kucherabi is withdrawn. Cammy McPherson is being brought on. And Liam Gordon just explaining to the referee what he thought the problem was with the match officials' latest series of calls. The referee's having none of it, and Cammy McPherson gets ready to come on the field to play. Alex Clellan's just showing him a couple of charts, making sure he picks up the right players when it comes to the set plays. 18 minutes to play. Are we going to get a winner, or are we going to get a goalless draw? Just 4 goalless draws in the Scottish Premiership so far this season. 9 games have ended by the margin of 1-0. In this game, I'll be bold and predict will be one or the other as the ball gets played out on that far side. Need to have a word with Alan Preston, who predicted lots of goals, but
play time.
That's fine.
Let the dog see the rabbit.
The ball gets played out wide on that far side. To your point, 22% of goals in the last 10 minutes of games.
And with the way games are going, 18 minutes to go, there'll be about another 7 or 8.
Ball is out of play on that far side. Aberdeen, they get once more. Dry the ball. Stefan Garterman, 26-year-old, 7th appearance for the Dons, gets ready to throw the ball in. The goalkeeper came forward and went back again. Kane gets it outside the area, breaks for Connor Barron. Barron back round the corner. Garterman pulls the ball back onto Barron. Powala was wanting it. That's the cross into the box. Duke goes it, drops the header down to the edge of the area. Links with Majowski, tries the back heeler to Clarkson. McPherson gets his first involvement to block, breaks back to Jensen into the area, headed away by Liam Gordon, staffed clear by Dre Wright. Aberdeen return it again. Dre Wright gets up, wins the header. Hayes returns the header to him at the edge of the box. Now it's pushed away. It's going to be Polvara up against Kane, holds off his man, back to Jensen on the inside, centre circle. Nicky Devlin takes the touch. Garterman back to the halfway line, on to Devlin. So Johnstone reset their shape as Aberdeen come forward again through Jensen. Round the corner it goes on to Clarkson. Clarkson up to Duke at the edge of the area. Goes down at the edge of the box. Ball breaks through onto Hayes. Got the shot away. Majowski tried to get in front with a flick, and it's in the arms of the goalkeeper. Aberdeen are looking for something at the edge of the area. I have to say, I don't think so.
It's difficult to see from our angle. The one thing you know is that Duke goes to ground, but dear me, the amount of times he goes to ground, it's really difficult to know when an opponent has actually made contact or grappled him to the ground. He uses his body really well too, Duke. He was leaning into Gordon that occasion. The referee's right on the spot and he doesn't give it, and there's no VAR check either, so we can only assume that he's went to the ground too easily.
So Johnstone now breaking down this right hand side. Kane tried to step away into the middle. It goes. Garterman gets away with his extend with a back heel onto Clarkson. Clarkson looked up, see if the long ball was on. It wasn't, so he heads up to the halfway line, then plays the ball out wide onto Duke. He's going away on international duty. Cape Verde, will he be going as a winner? A side that just gets the point, or can St Johnstone find a goal? It's Aberdeen on the attack. Garterman has it, striding from the halfway line, plays it out wide onto Nicky Devlin. Devlin on the right hand side, tries to get his way past Carey, and then Costello backtracking, knocks the ball out of play. It's going to be a throw into Aberdeen again. The towel comes the way of the Dane, looking to get this ball into the area. Aberdeen have failed to score just 3 of 13 games this season. It was against Livingston and then against the capital clubs Hibs and Hearts. Stevie May, I think, is going to come on as the ball gets thrown in. It's into Conor Barron, chance to get the ball into the box. The header comes across. St Johnstone will clear through Dre Wright. McPherson scoops it high in the air. He then runs through Leighton Clarkson and gives away the free kick. The fact you had the eye on the ball doesn't actually matter. He went right through Clarkson.
Yeah, just disguise it a little bit better, surely. I mean, it's so blatant. Right in front of you.
Somebody's been booked.
It's incredible. Who's get booked?
I think, is it Dre Wright? Is he one that's been booked?
Yeah, I think it's Dre Wright. I'm just looking to see if it is him. He's moving out. That would be my guess. Dre Wright in the book for complaining about the decision. Fair play to Kevin McPherson. He didn't complain about it. So it's just slightly to the left hand side, 30 yards from goal. Johnny Hayes is over it. And here's the opportunity. Clarkson 2, standing to the side. Leighton Clarkson, 1 goal this term, came in the League Cup against Stirling Albion. Johnny Hayes, 1 goal, that came against St Mirren. The only player with more than a single goal is Majorski. So the 2 stand, 3 in the wall. Conor Barron being pushed back by Dre Wright, and the goalkeeper stands on his line. Everybody's on the 18-yard line. Clarkson picks up, pings it off the wall, comes back onto Johnny Hayes, gets the shot away. Plenty of power, didn't have the accuracy, always going wide to the left of the goalkeeper.
He hits it well enough, doesn't he? There's real power behind it, Johnny Hayes, but no direction whatsoever. Clarkson free kick was disappointing as well, and St Johnstone go to the bench again.
And the change is being made. 14 is coming off. Stevie May is coming on. Dre Wright, that was his last involvement. And Stevie May, you've the formerly flowing locks, now with the shaved head. And on he comes. He's got the beard. It's another look for Stevie May.
And it shows you, so May will go play up front. Costello will come and play wide on the right in the right wing back role.
Long from the goalkeeper. Costello flicks it on, almost got it past Jensen. Jensen won it, sends it on to Hayes. Hayes sends it down the side, looking for Duke. Duke now attacking Gordon. He's outside the box, left hand side, inside onto Clarkson. Clarkson curls the ball in over Eager. Way too much on that. Goes behind. And Danny Robson, I think, seen enough. He's going to call for a change as well. So Aberdeen are going to try and find a way through the introduction of different personnel to make a change on things. Sockler is getting ready to come on.
Yeah, it's not been great from Aberdeen at all. You know, St Johnstone, with what, just over 12 minutes to go, deserve at least a point.
I think the first half was St Johnstone's by a country mile. Second half been more even.
Aberdeen have been better, yeah, and they've had a real chance. Miovski's had the chance of the game so far.
Yeah, and they've been better in midfield, more energy, more cohesion. You know, with Clarkson coming on, and Pulvara. So it has been better for Aberdeen. It's still not at the very height of what they're capable of doing, but it's been better.
They've conceded a free kick. It's going to be taken from the left-hand side. Opportunity to deliver from Carey. Carey into the middle. Headed away by Aberdeen. And the ball is just going to bounce out of play. And going across to take it. Now Costello.
He's not want to do it just now.
No, doesn't want to make the change while
Yeah, it does.
He's changed his mind. It is allowed. And it is Nicky Devlin who is coming off. Esther Sokler, man from Crisco, Slovenia, the under-21 international player, off the bench for the 12th time. Got the goal in the League Cup against Ross County. Was introduced to the action and made a difference. And Clarkson, I think, is going to move position. Polvara might go out wide to the right-hand side. We'll have a look when Aberdeen get the shape going. St Johnstone bring the ball down this right-hand side. Costello stretches to try and keep it in. The ball goes out of place by Jensen, who thought was already out. Wanted to make sure. And Costello will get ready for the throw as Nicky Devlin continues his walk from behind the goal to the bench. Gets warm applause from the Aberdeen fans down below us. 10 minutes to play. Aberdeen 0, St Johnstone 0. Costello with the long throw. Into the area it goes, not particularly long throw, easily away by Hayes, breaks back in Aberdeen and away. Well, Sokler was taken down by Luke Robinson, who was trying to play the ball. The referee's calling him over. It will be a yellow card, free kick Aberdeen.
Yeah, they've got to watch that. St Johnstone, leaving themselves exposed. Aberdeen can take advantage of that on the break. I don't think there was any doubt about the tackle Robinson put in. It's a free kick, it's a yellow card. It breaks the play up as well, and Aberdeen, trying just desperate to change their shape. Looks as though Polvara is going out into a wide right position, 2 through the middle, and Duke wide left. So they've got the 4 up top now. Although you would think Polvara would come back a little bit, and I think they're just going with the 3 at the back and asking 2 of the 3 centre backs just to play as full backs at times.
Last 6 of Pittodrie. Aberdeen have 1-2, drawn 2. St Johnstone have 1-2. It's been very tight. 0-0 so far as the rain has returned. As Jensen plays the ball back to his goalkeeper. Back to Roos. Roos picks up, looks ahead. Opportunity to get things moving from the back for Rubezic. Took a chance for a moment and then moves it up to the halfway line onto Jensen. Jensen scoops the ball forward. Robinson has just been booked, gets it away. The rain's coming really heavy now. Start to see that from the back of the main stand. Rubezic picks up, plays it out wide. And here's the opportunity for Garterman to drop it inside onto Connor Barron. Aberdeen all in red. Going from right to left. Clarkson slips, plays the ball out wide. Against St Johnstone all in white. Hayes tries to get away from Costello. Brilliant ball across, and it's going to be chested behind. Well, Aberdeen are shouting for a penalty, and it came off the chest of Graham Carey. It will be checked, but Aberdeen were certainly very excitable for a moment. The ball is behind. The worst Aberdeen are going to do here is get a corner.
I thought it looked as if it did come off his chest, but it's about 70, 80 yards away from us, Willie.
Yeah, it is. It's way too far for us to tell if it's come off his chest or where we're sitting. At worst, the upper part of the arm as well, isn't it? He goes to it as though he's in total control of the situation. He wants to take the chest, he wants to put it out for the corner kick, but it's being checked anyway, is it?
It's being checked at the moment, and the referee's still standing at the edge of the area as you would expect him for a corner. Aberdeen.
I don't think it
check is over.
Yeah.
He looked too confident in getting the ball away. It would have been a horrible mistake from him. As Hayes, corner comes in, swings it in. 3 or 4 heads go up for the ball. Brought down to the ground. Lovely touch to play it back onto Clarkson. Breaks back again. Garterman tries a little curler up to the back post. Duke appeared to push his man. Gets a chance down. Ball is safe. Pulled back towards the edge of the area. Kane somehow manages to get it clear, and the referee gives the free kick.
I think the free kick was given way back, wasn't it, against Duke when the ball came towards the back post, and then he's had the strike, and it's rattled about the box a little bit. It looked as though he impeded the defender at that time, but the referee was very late in making his mind up.
Yeah, got a few fans excited. On Aberdeen, we're still going to get the chance. As it is, 38.5 minutes gone in the second half. And St Johnstone haven't scored in the last 3 against Aberdeen. Still haven't found a way past Belarus for the first time, but they are still trying. I mentioned the away team tends to do better. The away team have won 6 of the last 36. The home team have won 9. So it has been a fixture where the travellers have done well, whoever they have been. Gordon steps in front of Duke, plays the ball back to Midov. Midov gathers, sends it away. Rain as heavy as it's been all afternoon. Stevie May going up there and winning it and heading the ball out of play. Clarkson comes back on. Jensen felt he was hurt there and gets himself back up. Rubezic says, come on mate, we've still got a game to win here, back on your feet. And that's what he's done. Johnny Hayes just yelling at the Finn to see if he's going to be fit to continue. Fourth official saying to Johnny Hayes, don't go any further. Actually gets in the way of Johnny Hayes taking the throw, and he was told to hold up, and the two eventually decide to shake hands and decide everything is good in the world. And now you can get moving on once more. Throws it back onto Jensen. Jensen into his goalkeeper. Is there to be a winner? Stevie May closes down, but Rubezic gets it from his goalie. Plays the ball forward onto Connor Barron, left-hand side by the halfway line. Drops it onto Leighton Clarkson, back now onto Connor Barron. Barron takes a touch inside, gets it away from Sprangler. Sprangler sends it out wide onto that far side. Drifted out the game slightly. Sprangler not seen so much as Smith either, as Aberdeen have come more into the game. 5 minutes to go, 0-0. Here's Rubezic, halfway line. Clips it forward, looking for Majowski. The head flick came on from Considine. Sent wide. Carey was looking for it. Sent forward. May calling for it. As Kane gathers, he tried to get there. He went down to ground. Play on, says the referee. And it'll be Barron who will take it away. Barron over the halfway line it goes. Aberdeen pushing the way forward. Berterman into the middle. Missed by everybody apart from Majowski. Comes back. Here's a chance outside the box to Johnny Hayes. Good first touch. Brilliant reverse onto Duke. Duke trying to find the chance for the shot. It's deflected. Goes wide. The ball might be kept in here. Berterman will try and gather. Gets it right on the byline. Hooks the ball in. Good header away by Robinson. Then flicked on again by McPherson. Out wide on that right hand side. Aberdeen have gathered once more. Rubezic sends it down. Majowski watches as Povara tries to get the ball in. Duke tries to just gather the ball away. Couldn't do so all the way through. It goes behind. The rain continues to tumble. The scoreline continues to be 0-0.
It was a brilliant reverse from Johnny Hayes, but it might have been on for the strike with the right foot rather than him reversing it out to Duke. You know, there's still a lot of danger in that build-up play, and you know, Aberdeen are fine. It's not pretty stuff, is it? It's about energy out there. It's about determination. It's about just trying to get something from the game that can take the full 3 points instead of it just being one.
And I think it's credit to Barry Robson. Well, he recognised that he was getting done over in the middle of the park, and he's changed his middle two, and they've started to boss the game in later stages of this match.
Long ball forward up towards the edge of the area for St Johnstone. Considine gets the header away. It was missed by Smith. Pulled out wide by Aberdeen. Onto Hayes. Hayes cuts the ball back inside onto Clarkson. Clarkson gathers. Aberdeen 8 points from 7 games so far this season. That's 3 below what they were last term. St Johnstone also 3 points behind where they were after the same number of games last season. 0-0 so far. Sockler gets his first chance to get into the area. Sliding tackle was a good one by Johnson. Ball goes behind. Corner kick to Aberdeen, who are just trying to turn up the heat in the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, they are. They're ramping the pressure up here. Johnny Hayes has gone over. Everyone's in the box. A couple of Aberdeen players out. That's it. Hayes looking to take the corner. Povara, well, he's been told, get yourself inside the box. He was standing at the edge. For Barron at the edge of the box. Long ball in and just headed behind. It was Smith that got the head on that. And it's going to be another corner to Aberdeen, 2 in quick succession, doubling their tally for the afternoon to 4. 0-0. Corner played in. Goalkeeper comes, gathers. Good take from the goalkeeper. And had a little look. McPherson made, I think, the run up towards the halfway line. Be careful what's behind you. Yeah, decided to watch. Majowski was sharking in behind him. Now the long ball gets played forward. Connor Barron's come back. It's going to have to play it back to his goalkeeper. Stevie May tries to get a touch across the goalkeeper. He got the ball away. Almost played it away to McPherson. Somehow Rubezic got in there. Now it's with Clarkson. Rubezic calling for it in the middle. Back on to Connor Barron. Barron gathers. Ball has been in the back of the net once this afternoon. Stoppage time in the first half. His own goal then was reversed due to offside. As Aberdeen have it up at the edge of the area. Ball played away. Breaks off Duke, but comes back to Johnny Hayes. Hayes picks up, plays it to Clarkson on the left-hand side. Clarkson looks to step inside, curls a great ball in. Goalkeeper comes, headed high in the air by Considine. Chance for Aberdeen. Oh, it's skipped and up and over the bar. Well, what an effort that was. Sockler seemed to get in the right position. Majowski was in there too. And eventually it was Majowski. Well, they've given a corner. I thought Majowski missed that. If Mitov got a touch on that, something else.
Well, but as I say, it's magnificent because it was a spectacular overhead kick effort from Majowski there. It seemed to just bounce into the ground and go right over, but maybe there was a touch.
Would it not have been better, Willie, just heading it into the net?
Well, that would have been the other option, yes.
Corner kick to come in. Here's the header to the back post. It's gone deep and it's gone away outside the box. Rubišić will gather, trying to build again, takes the touch, facing up his man, curls the ball back, intelligent play onto Johnny Hayes. Hayes towards the back post. Two players fall for the ball and it's knocked away by Kane, and then the free kick given against Aberdeen, and the ball will have to come back for the free kick inside the box. We're waiting confirmation of the stoppage time here at Pittodrie, but it remains 0-0. 5 additional minutes. Been goals in the last 8 meetings. Is that to come to a close here? St Johnstone, well, they'd be delighted with a point, there's no doubt about that. Aberdeen will be the more disappointing. The board goes up to confirm the 5 additional minutes. They start now.
It's drifted away from St Johnstone, isn't it? You know, in the second half, Aberdeen have been much better. They've kind of found the energy, they've found the cohesion in midfield. They've more or less dominated that area, and really St Johnstone have struggled to build it up and have the control that they had in the first half.
Well, I don't think Barry Robson could come out and say that, you know, the team are tired because they've started to dominate in the last stages of the game. Last 15-20 minutes it's been all Aberdeen really.
Ball is out of play. It was knocked on by Robinson. It goes out of play, came off him last though. St Johnstone haven't scored on their travels this season in the league, just 23 goals, the last 22 away from home. Haven't found the net today, but they haven't conceded, and they're going to try and come forward. Costello chases that with Johnny Hayes. Costello's going to reach it first, step over the ball, brings it under control, doesn't want to rush things forward, plays it back onto Smith. Smith into Kane. Sprangler will gather, chips the ball to not really quite sure where, because nobody had made the move. Just gave the ball away there, back to the goalie.
Nobody saw that one. I don't know what he was thinking about there. Because the two strikers that were up top actually had come back to park looking for it short, and he decides to play it over the top. Wasted situation for St Johnstone.
Johnson wins the header, gets it down. Very alongside him, pulled away up towards the halfway line. May can't gather. Rubišić can't. Sends it out wide. Here's the opportunity for Aberdeen to try and get things moving up to the edge of the area. Easily away by Considine. 47 minutes on the clock. Costello's got a problem, and he's sitting down at the moment. Yeah, he's stretching out. Home fans predictably don't like it, but he does have cramp.
He's worked terribly hard. He's been terrific, you know, playing centre forward and then right wing back. A few minutes to go.
Well, they did call the physio on. He's got back up. He's saying he's okay, but I think he's going to have to go off. The referee's saying to the Aberdeen players, don't worry, I'll add on the time. Yeah. The physio decides to come back. She's not needed, and Costello has been stretched out and is okay once more. Clarkson plays it down that right hand side. No way through on that occasion for Polvara. Carey taking it back towards the corner flag, turns, spins, tries to get it away. May tried to clip it off. The Aberdeen player in behind him couldn't do so, and it's Aberdeen are going to have a throw. Gartman was the player that May tried to target. He's taken a couple of steps forward. He's going to throw it in on that far side. Still a couple of minutes of additional time being played here at Pittodrie. Aberdeen 0, St Johnstone 0. Aberdeen got that goal late at the end of the first half that was chopped off, trying to find a way through here. Can't do so. Good headed away by Matt Smith, and then just launched away by Carey. Played it off a red jersey, so it is going to be a throw in to St Johnstone. And Stephen McLean will just be desperate for his side to see this out now, Alan.
Yeah, I told you there would be goals, Paul, didn't I? Come all this way. Worst driving conditions I've had. 3 hours to get to Aberdeen for a 0-0, Willie, on a Sunday.
But apart from that, you've enjoyed it.
That's been brilliant. Always great to be in the company of you two.
Ball gets played forward by Kane. Kane to Rubišić. Rubišić high, and there it goes. May had to look at it. Rubišić that exaggerated diving header almost worked onto Sockler, but St Johnstone have gathered it back and they knock it out of play off Polvara. Willie, it's looking desperate for Aberdeen now.
It is, yeah. I mean, the first half they've only got themselves to blame because the energy and the teamwork simply wasn't there, and they were overwhelmed by St Johnstone. Second half much better, changes, brings energy, It's straightforward now, trying to get as many forward players on as possible for Aberdeen to manage to turn this game around, because it will be disappointing, if they can't get the 3 points from this game. The form has been good recently, and to drop it now would be a huge disappointment for Barry Robson.
He's to Barron, up to the edge, chance! Sokler! It went over the head of Majowski. Sokler was in behind it. He couldn't get on the end of it either. And there was a very grateful St Johnstone goalkeeper lying on the ground, clutching the ball.
How does Sokler not manage to get his head on that? I don't think he's taken by surprise. I just don't think that he can get himself into a position to actually make contact with the ball. He couldn't have been very far away from making contact, and if he does, it's a goal.
Yeah, I think the goalkeeper realised that as well. He was so grateful to see that in his arms. Liam Gordon just takes a little knock on the ear. Duke sees the ball go out of play. It is going to be a throw-in for Aberdeen. Connor Barron throws the ball back. Johnny Hayes has a ball in his hand, so too has Jensen. Aberdeen sorting that out, and Jensen's going for the long throw. Final minute, 0-0 between these old rivals. As the ball gets thrown into the area, there's the header down up towards Majowski, cleared away by St Johnstone. Roos is there. The referee is having a little look at the watch. Roos plays it out wide. Clarkson is wide on the right hand side. Aberdeen would be advised to get this moving forward. They've done so. Garterman into the middle, headed away by Gordon, breaks down for Johnny Hayes. Kane looked to be clumsy. That's a free kick to Aberdeen. Chris Kane came through Johnny Hayes. Last chance for Aberdeen.
He just shouldn't go through into that challenge, should he? Johnny Hayes struggling to get that ball under control. Kane then makes his mind up for him. It is a bit of contact. He goes down, he gets a free kick. This late in the game, you shouldn't be giving away free kicks like that.
St Johnstone have got to hold the box if they can.
Kane plays that into middle, header wide! Aberdeen come oh so close. Chris Kane is the most relief player on the park, but again Aberdeen get themselves into a good position, but Majowski unable to get the ball in the back of the net as the full-time whistle goes at Pittodrie. Well, St Johnstone impressed in the first half. Aberdeen had the better of things in the second. They had chances to win it, they didn't take them. It's a goalless draw at Pittodrie. The bottom side, St Johnstone, get a point on their travels. They'll be happy enough with that. Aberdeen's unbeaten run continues, but they were frustrated from the men from Perth. It's finished at Pittodrie. Full time, Aberdeen 0, St Johnstone 0.
This is Sports Sound.